That one was spicy.
So the Warriors have to play 48 minutes.
So I think it's going 7. I have the Nuggets in 7.
Ant-Man, Batman, Watchmen, Lakers at 5.
Well, it's money time now.
What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, guys? We're gonna have another episode. I believe this is number 25. I did say I was gonna start counting, putting. No, I'm gonna get the official count going on, man. But I think this is the 25th episode of Ten Toes Down podcast. Shout out to my man CW for giving me this opportunity, man. And we have another show coming up. So hey, cue it up.
All right.
All right. Music stopped playing for a minute, but you guys seen that quote right there, man. That's a quote that I came up with because like, I mean, it really, if it was any real, any doubt that the LeKlutch Army is a thing, it's actually a thing, that Clutch has their media minions and guys that they slide a little something, a couple of checks to speak out there in the media to you guys. Look, shout out to Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, he did a video tonight saying KD need to apologize. 39 seconds in, he said, I was approached by Clutch Sports. All right. So the idea, look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. My thing is, y'all could do what y'all do, but then but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, y'all not. I mean, are y'all doing anything illegal? No, y'all doing stuff that's immoral. To sit there and get guys to, So we're gonna bring the smoke to a couple of guys. Mainly the main guy that got this going is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant came on Mind the Game podcast. What's good? Kevin Durant came on Mind the Game podcast, and took a little gave Jordan a little straight, right? He was trying to make a point about rededication, and bruh, in this day and age, hold on now, though, because this is where I really wanted to start, but we're gonna get into it. I wanted to start with the OKC news, right? I wanted to start with these contract extensions, and everybody is like clutching their pearls. Yes, we got Jalen Williams. Congrats. We got SGA, the rating MVP, Finals MVP. We got Chet Holmgren. OKC. We were just talking about OKC on Tuesday. See, Tony, it's not even about the king, because again, the king is the Don. He's the mafia Don. We ain't even talk about him because you're not supposed to talk about the Don, right? You're not supposed to mention the Don. The Don is the boss. But at the end of the day, look, when I say LeKlutch Army, you know what it's about. And at the end of the day, I'm not even trying to live off them. I'm just speaking on what it is. But I'm bringing up OKC to tell you the millions. And again, I'm not going to sit there and pocket watch, player hate. I'm not, congrats to these guys, because I'm the guy in 2013 when the max contract was less no more than 20 million. I said LeBron should have got 100 million back in 2011, 2012, 2013 when he was with the Heat, because that's how much money he was generating owners. He was generating that much money for the league. And, obviously, until the contracts, as we've seen, the contracts and the Amazon deals, and I mean, when Amazon and all streamers came into the game, that's when the money blew up. So now you're at the point where guys are signing $75 million a year extension. So congratulations, because guess what? LeBron, KD, the guys that I'm sitting here giving the smoke to are the reasons why these guys are making that much money now. Yep. They're the reasons why. And you know what? They getting their cut of it. They deserve every dollar, but that's the way it is, right? You're going to have, I told you, bro, Wembanyama is going to be the first guy to sign $100 million, and that'll probably be by 2030. Whenever Wembanyama get his.
I believe that. Yeah.
Whenever Wembanyama get his rookie extension, it's going to be at least 1 year where he makes $100 million. This is where we're going, fellas. And as I say, man, look, as fans, because I was saying this on Scap Attacks live. I was in his live and I was kicking knowledge there, bro. I kick knowledge. You know what I mean? If you try to kick knowledge, well, I kick knowledge. At the end of the day, you understand what I'm saying? We paying to this shit, bro. There's a reason why YouTube TV is $82 some. I mean, I remember when YouTube TV was $40. All right, that's not that long ago. I remember, whatever streaming services y'all watch or whatever, I don't know if y'all pay cable. There's a reason why your cable bill's $200, $300 now. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why ESPN package charge what they charge. Because we paying into that, bro. And again, no hate. Because guess what we gonna do? Yep. Guess what we gonna do? We love basketball. We love CW. You love basketball, right?
Absolutely. I'm in gyms basketball every Saturday.
Yep. Woodage love basketball. Buddha loves basketball. Tian loves basketball. Everybody that's watching me, we love basketball. Y'all watching, I told y'all, man, I'm humbled that I get a chance to talk about sports on this platform. I'm humbled that I get a chance to talk, to come out here and talk about it. We love it. We love it. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. We can be critics of certain things, but we love the sport. That's the thing. I always say this, man. I know when you're an NBA fan or just you like a certain player. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know when you're an NBA fan or you're a basketball. I'm a basketball fan because I watch all levels of basketball. And, you and we dads over here. That's the theme I want to get on into too, man. Black fathers, because that's where a lot of that fuckery came in, and we're gonna get into that part as well.
Right.
We fathers, right? Black fathers matter, man. Fathers in general matter. Black fathers for sure. And we get a bad habit, a bad reputation for being child abandoners. I like to tell you, man, the brothers I know, the brothers I rock with, I got groups of people who I rock with for many years. I don't know one deadbeat dad in the day. I don't know these deadbeat dads. I don't know them because I don't mess with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But between that, you dad, you watch high school basketball. You go and watch other people just to play. I go out and watch Playboy crowd basketball. I watch guys training in the what's the name. I love this sport. I don't just watch NBA because that's a lot of people, y'all, and that's fine. You only know the NBA, so you don't even know other levels. When guys are coming up the pipe, when who's the next big thing, I remember, man. Wemby ain't gonna be as good as y'all said. I said, look, I seen this guy. The legend of him destroying Rudy Gobert at 16 years old. I didn't see that yet, but then when I saw him, I said, this guy, look at the way this kid moves, and he's just unnaturally tall, and I'm like. Yeah, every little Ralph Sampson and Sean Bradley and all these guys, the abnormally tall people, he has to stay healthy. And that was both of their problems, right? The little rap god, you know what I'm saying? But y'all would always these guys are gonna be until you saw them. And then you saw him at the NBA level, then you started to believe. Say, look, Cooper Flag is doing his debut. Unfortunately, I'm not watching it right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to get an update on the sport. I'm gonna catch some highlights, but I ain't watching that live. I ain't going on my way to watch that live. You know what I'm saying? But Cooper Flag making his debut. Again, he's 18 years old. Don't expect him to be dropping triple doubles already. But Cooper Flag is going to be one of these guys. But you guys, when y'all see guys coming up the pipe, y'all don't believe it because y'all didn't watch them at other levels. So this NBA basketball is a community. It's a sport. It's the greatest. It seems. So I'm gonna get into I guess whatever. I'm just basically gonna get into the what Kevin Durant said, and we're gonna clip it up and react to it.
Yeah, I got the clip. Hopefully it'll play right. I know the last thing wasn't right playing.
Yeah, I know the last thing. So see this clip play, and guys, let us know if it plays. Because rather than me explain it, let's play the mind the game. We got Jeff Teague as well, right?
All right, yeah, we got all of them queued up.
All right, cool. Let's go. Let's watch these.
It's like you sign a new contract. Every time you get better as a player, I truly feel that you got to recommit and sign that contract with yourself. Mm-hmm. Every so often, like, all right, yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVP, 4 championships, like, but do I still want to do this shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Notice the laughter.
I want to come back. Some people say, I'm going to go 22 straight. So it's a contract I feel like you got to have with yourself too, in order for you to be a great ball player or to have a long career. That's the goal. To be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
Let me stop it there. But when he said that's the goal, to play for 20 years, that's when I knew this is propaganda. This is somebody else feeding him that information, because if your goal ain't winning championships and winning basketball, then you're in the wrong workforce. Because if his goal is just to play for 20 years, then that's the wrong message to send to these kids, because it should be to play at the highest level, to win at the highest level. Not just to be on a bench for 20 years. So that's
no doubt.
That's my take on it.
And notice something. I know KD was probably a couple of years younger than a guy we was talking about the other night, Brandon Roy, right? Tracy McGrady. I know he's way younger than Tracy McGrady, but I mean, he probably could remember Brandon Roy. He came in the draft right after him. He came in the game with a guy like named Great Oden. The idea of you playing 20 years, God, listen, you take it year by year, and God will bless you with the ability to play for 20 years. So I get it. You're giving flowers to a guy like LeBron and yourself, who you want to play 20 years, and you know that LeBron is going into the year 23, right? Nash played a good, however long he played. I guess he played 18, 19 years and all that. You guys are now at the point, especially with science and everything else, with the way you guys could have played that long and you made the money that you made. That's great. But you're right. The idea is to be the best player you can be and try to win. The idea that you need to recommit yourself with these contracts, y'all making, again, I'm not being a pocket watcher. I hate the pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? But the money y'all make, bro. You think it's not, I'm just saying. Are you telling me, Kevin Durant, you getting sick of them checks? You getting sick of, you know what I mean? I mean, is it, have we got, you remember, you gave your mama, you and your brother, y'all didn't have it all like that. Same thing with LeBron and his mom in the Project of Akron. Y'all didn't have it like this growing up, right? Are you telling me you that far removed? And that's what it is. You're that far removed from the hunger that got you to the league. And that's kind of the problem, man. And I mean, for you to take the shot at MJ, talking about playing baseball. Number one, playing baseball. Again, we're gonna say this. One of the hardest things to do. Hit a baseball. Go to batting practice and go to batting practice and hit and let try to hit the 90-mile-an-hour fastball coming straight down the middle. Most of us can't do it. I foul tip one of them. I went to Coney Island. Last time I tried to go to the batting cage, and I went to Coney Island, and I hit the wrong button, and that shit was coming out 90 miles an hour. I used to, as a kid, I used to swing a baseball bat. This thing, random clips, as I just said. Try to hit a baseball. Try to hit a baseball. My shout out to my other boy Rob. He was a baseball player back in his day from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? He could tell you how hard it is to hit a baseball.
Jordan was bad at everything. Let y'all tell it. Jordan was cheeks at everything. Pretty much. We let y'all tell it.
But just like my man Zay said, I wish I had him up here, but shout out to 93 Zay. Bro, Kevin Durant and what's the name? Just for shits and giggles, could never hit 200 at AA. They couldn't hit 200 in rookie ball. They just can't. Point blank, period. They cannot hit 200. Michael Jordan went down there and hit about a solid 245. Okay? So, and he did this really never playing really since I would think high school. Obviously, he didn't, So, I mean, again, to just say that and to think to trivialize it. And again, we all know why. We all know what happened. As I say I put in my description, the man's father body was dragged out of a lake. They had to drag his remains out of it. So if it was a heart attack on the job, you can live off that, right? Somebody said the Carl Anthony Towns situation, right? Unfortunately, we all lost a lot of people. We lost, shout out to Fred DeGarza. They were just talking about him on All Ball TV last night, when they started off talking about hip hop, right? Talking about who the best freestylers. The Fred DeGarza son, was on his way to being one of the greats, lyricists. And we lost him to COVID, right? But it's not, to lose a parent that way, to lose a parent that's murdered and dragged out the lake, to have the car abandoned on the side of the road somewhere, the car that you bought your dad. Yeah, it's going to make you feel a certain way, guys. I'm just saying. And again, like I said, that's why I shouted out Black fathers earlier. Unfortunately, the two brothers on that panel, I know Steve Nash had his dad. I think he did. I'm not too big on Steve. I didn't know. I think Steve Nash had his dad. If he didn't, apologies. You know what I'm saying? But for those that understand, man, Black fathers matter. And so I think a generation who were fatherless can't understand how Jordan felt about his father. Because we all know if something happened to those guys' mothers, again, when you won the MVP, you called your mother, you gave your mother the real MVP because again, you knew you and your brother tried to make it. You and your brother were big time basketball players, and she supported y'all. Shout out to her. But I'm not wishing anything ill on it. But that's the thing. When you trivialize somebody losing their parent in that way, I was 14 years old when it happened, man. Random clips. It don't matter. He could have discussed retiring. Guess what? It happened, and he could have discussed it, but there was no real plan for him to retire. In his mind, I wanted to be knocked off, but in his mind, once that happened, he could not focus. And then we saw what happened when he came back in '96 winning the championship on Father's Day. Y'all gotta. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We going at LeKlutch here, man, because they get into zesty. They get into, zesty is a term we use it a lot. That everybody that speak up for Jordan is a supposedly zesty or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, Jordan didn't want to. If Jordan was going to retire, if he felt he compensated, that's the thing, man. Things like that will put you. It's a life-changing experience. Jordan has to live with that. What happened? Now we get all of this. You got other outlets really saying that a mob snitch, Michael Francesi, they don't even get his name right. I heard what Michael Francesi said, and Michael Francesi will come on to get a $50,000 to speak on Vlad TV to put George's name in the story, and y'all using that as a guy. I know what happened. Well, here's what happened. What happened is his father's remains was dragged outside of a lake. Dragged out of a lake. I remember seeing they found his body. I was praying. We praying all summer that James Jordan would be found. And at some point you knew he was not going to be. And they dragged his remains out of a lake. Okay? That ain't something you want to, that ain't something the average person would ever have to deal with, man. Or God forbid anybody. Whether you know what, I'm imagining it was one of the men that raised me, Mr. Clips. I'm imagining that. That's the point. See, if you had a father, if you had any male figure that meant something to you, then you would understand that. But I think these guys don't understand that because they didn't have really strong role models other than the dudes that were leeching off of them. So till they got to the league. Kevin Durant, look how he rolled. He rolled in clicks. I don't think he knew again, these guys didn't really know their father like that. And I mean, look, if I know LeBron didn't. I'm not sure I watched that little cheesy Lifetime movie he did where the guy from Power was playing Kevin Durant, which is a completely miscast because the dude is only 6'4", and he's like, he ain't slim. But I saw that movie, and it was old girl from the Fresh Prince. The one that the new Bel Air that played played Vivian, played his mom. Right. So I saw that, and that's why I got the idea. I got the idea of how Kevin Durant came up. Kevin Durant produced that movie, I believe, or at least put what's the name on it. The fact of the matter is bro, if y'all don't understand, like a parent being killed like that, man. If you found it. Again, it ain't like he went to war or something. Or like I said, he just got hurt at the job. He got murdered viciously for no reason, and it messed Jordan up for a minute. So why are we sitting here? Why are we sitting here like taking shots? It's just and then y'all laughing. Steve Nash, nigga. Let me Steve Nash. I'm gonna get Steve Nash's smoke real quick, bro. They gave you a job when you were coaching soccer on Chelsea Piers. You had no, and I mean, I might watch it to see what he said about what went wrong in Brooklyn, but you had no head coaching experience, and they gave you a job. Meanwhile, because I'll get into what I want to talk about with Michael Jordan. I mean, with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson can't get an interview. The Knicks did interview him back in 2020, but Mark Jackson can't get a job. Mark Jackson actually has a resume. You talking about two guys that got two coaches who ain't got, what I mean? I hate to say it, man. Y'all white. Meanwhile, black coaches can't get what they get. They can't, Look, we all know what's going on with Mark Jackson. I talked about it. Mark Jackson is definitely blackballed. The Knicks did give him a look. Because the Knicks are not one of these, we gave him a look back in 2020. We didn't give him a look this time. It's deep out there. But chuckling at that situation. And Nash, as I told you, CW, you old enough to know, Nash was in college when that shit happened. So obviously Michael Jordan was at the center of the basketball world. And we all knew that was a tragic situation. Again, whatever theory happened, the man lost his father. That's the thing. No matter what happened, the man's body was dragging. First of all, let's just keep it real. Yeah. You want to go to theorize that it was a mafia hit because of George's gambling debts? Well, number one, why wouldn't they extort Mike? Mike had all the goddamn Air Jordan money because then you knew he could pay it off. Why wouldn't you make it a kidnapping? Why wouldn't they hold him for ransom? And if it was a hit, they would have never found the body. We ain't find Jimmy Hoffa, motherfuckers. So come on, man. We still ain't find Jimmy Hoffa. But you mean tell me the most famous But y'all understand that Michael Jordan's arrogance. Come on, Buddha. Come on, man. Yeah, you know I mess with you, bro. Ain't about arrogance. You mean to tell me that Jordan could got his father out alive and he wouldn't have paid what he needed to? No, it wasn't that, man. It wasn't that. It was two random kids because those kids are still in jail. You know, right? You in North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina. I was only 1 year removed. Right?
Yeah, it was all over the news here.
All over the news. Yeah, them two kids are still in jail. Protective custody, the whole nine. Jordan was one of the most famous people in the world, bro. Jordan was up there with the president, the Pope, Michael Jackson. You mean to tell me they're gonna let you find the body? Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to.
I got to drop off real quick. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, no problem. Well, yeah, man. You know, I want to get into the. You know, when C-Dub come back, I want him to play the Jeff T clip, and I believe we got the other one. I forget the other one.
Oh yeah. Let me before I drop off, I can start that because I think the Jeff T is about to start right after KD.
All right, the KD. Okay, so if you could play it, I hope it play well.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't know why it's acting up.
So you know we got to look, Buddha. I like the conspiracy theories. Go ahead.
Hold on, I might try to give me a second. I might try to share it on here.
Okay. I like conspiracy theories like the next man. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know, if they found them, they found them. They making sure they making sure they ain't publicize it. The point is, like I said, man, it's crazy. And my thing is for these guys making the money that they make, trying to just to make a point that, look, paying 20 years is not easy. Not easy on your body. I'm not going to try to act like playing NBA basketball. You travel in the world. Again, a lot of people would love to be in your shoes, but not everybody can fill your shoes. So I can give KD and LeBron and all them guys grace on this because, yeah, a lot of people, a lot of us that love to watch and play back would love to fill your shoes, would love to travel the world. But that's the thing that I try to get at, man. And so, yeah, we're going to get into Kelvin Washington making the whole Twitter excuse. These guys got to get, you know, these guys got to deal with social media. As Rob Parker said, bro, I've been real media since Jordan was a rookie. Turn it off. And it was so funny, man. If y'all really think back in the day, the fact that people are out there even saying this was a hit. Now I got you, and I'm a critical thinker too. I'm an open-minded thinker as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm very open-minded, but you know, man, it's crazy. We even got to go this route, man, because it's like, why are y'all so? See, I always say this, Buddha, and everything else. I always say this. It's the fact that Michael Jordan is the standard, and they need to do instead of reaching the standard, instead of like a shout out to Uncommon Sense because he made a very good. I don't know how many of you guys are track. You know, if anybody that's got some Caribbean in their blood, you know y'all love your track and field. Us Black Americans, we love our track and field, right? But it's just like, let's just say, what if Carl Lewis ran the 9.66 or the 9? What's boats? I think it's 9.66 boats. No, Usain Bolt. Let's just say a dude ran 9.5 back in the 90s. He ran 9.5 back in the 90s. Now I get it. Racing is different. You know, track is different. You just run the race or whatever. But again, you still got training and all that. We saw you it's actually harder because you train for 4 years for 10 seconds. Right? Basketball, you got a season every year. You got a season every year. But you know, Uncommon Sense was saying, what if there was no social media when the guy ran the record, right? 9.5 back in the 90s. Are you gonna cut? You want to get the record? Yeah, of course. No, well, Usain Bolt is still the fastest runner of all time because I believe he has the world record. And the point I'm making is So the runners of today, now they got to deal with social media. Can they make we got to deal with social media excuse because they didn't run 9.5? The only way you're going to be the fastest man that ever lived is run the 9.5. Period. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like they use all these little in and out excuses because Jordan, and again, I want y'all to understand, I made videos on this. I mean, I made content on this before. Jordan, the media was crazy. The media was not, first of all, it wasn't Twitter, it wasn't social media. You didn't have to have 1 million people talk shit. Somebody, FYF showed on his channel, Jordan on Larry King Live being, and they had, Larry King Live has live callers. Jordan, just being on Larry King Live, the dude was asking him, he said, I played with, I was running with Mark Price in the summer, and, Mark Price, I guess he was trying to intimate that Mark Price was telling him, but I don't think he was mean. I don't think he meant it that way. I think the caller was saying that he played with Mark Price, but he had a problem with Larry Johnson. He was saying Larry Johnson was overrated. And think about this. When Larry Johnson signed, he signed for 7 years, $84 million, I believe. I know it might have been 12 years, $84 million. But at the time when he signed that deal and he had his Converse deal, that was the biggest deal in the history of sports. Remember, this is probably a year or two after Scotty signed his deal contract. Well, Scotty was only making $2 million a year, and that was one of the biggest deals in sports. So by the time we get to the contract, Scotty, but he was basically trying to get Jordan to comment on his opinion that Larry Johnson was overrated. And Jordan's looking like, where you going with this, bro? I'm just saying that's not exactly what people are dealing with the social media game and whatever. But it goes to show you, when you did have to talk to the public, they will put you in awkward positions where it's like you're talking shit about Larry Johnson, one of my fellow players, one of my, opposing players. But what do you want me to say about this? Are you here to talk about him or ask me a question? You understand what I'm saying? So shit like that, I mean, bro, again, at the end of the day, I always tell it, look, Melo is you guys' contemporary. Melo gets killed. I've had to defend Melo on social media more than Melo would ever defend himself. Kevin Durant, Mr. Zesty, Mr. Burner Profile. He's the reason why we say the word burner profile. Kevin Durant had 4 burner profiles and got caught on one of them. Come on, man. He got caught on his burner profile defending himself because it goes to show you what a weakling he is that you worry about this stuff on Twitter, you being who you are. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm going to try to see if it'll play. Clip.
So I saw you bring something up on the share screen, but it went away.
Let me see if y'all can hear it.
Hey, Kobe, bro. He wasn't guarding like that. The first four,
Jeff T.
Bro, he wasn't guarding like that. Paul Pierce and them used to cook. Joe Johnson used to cook. The first couple times he made it, he lock up. And then it just became a thing. Kobe Bryant played defense. You're the best defender half your life. Lies. He was competitive, but that don't mean he was locking up. That's why they had Metal World Peace.
KD.
Okay. Y'all hear it?
Yeah, we heard it. Yeah, it played pretty good too. It played good. So, Jeff T came in the league in 2009. Kobe was 13 years in. Now, Kobe's reputation for a defender was long. Obviously, you come in the league 2009. Kobe's already a 4-time champion. Your rookie year, he won a championship. That was his last one. What are you talking about, Jeff T? Paul Pierce came in the league in 1998. Now, you saying that Paul Pierce would cook and stuff like that? Of course. Paul Pierce did cook. But Paul Pierce can speak to this more than you. Look, obviously Jeff T can probably speak to this more than me, but by the same token, you did not see Kobe at his best. Kobe's last All-NBA defensive team was 2011? So what did you witness? Explain to me what you witnessed, because I know Paul Pierce ain't tell you come in your ear and say, "Oh, Kobe was overrated defensively." See, I'm on this and I'm reacting to these little clips because the facts got to prevail. And at the end of the day, you know what? Kobe might have coasted off a little bit off a reputation for a few of them All-NBA defensive teams. Oh, he might have coasted maybe the last one. You know what? He still was winning championships. He still was,
wasn't cooking them. Jeff Teague.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I know Jeff Teague wasn't cooking them. I know. What's so funny is Jeff Teague has his battles with LeBron in 2014, 2015, right? So that's my thing, right? If the media loved Kobe, because I remember the first time I came up with a Johnny, when I called into a Johnny show, and I said, why hasn't LeBron made an All-NBA defensive team in his this is the guy that wants the 1v20, 20v1. Oh man, listen, he don't want that. He don't want me on. Matter of fact, I told him put me on there. But the first thing I said, and you know what? I remember this. See, well, Johnny probably won't admit it, but I remember this. The media didn't. So wait a minute. You mean tell me the media that still puts LeBron on all NBA teams to this day? They couldn't put him on. He's been on every all NBA offensive team, first team. A lot of first teams, second teams. He already had the one year he had the third team. He played 45 games, 40 something games that season after the lockout. After the pandemic, they put him on All NBA team, third team. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So the same media that keeps, even when he's injured, puts him on All NBA teams, won't put him on an All NBA defense team. Why don't we call it what it is? He don't defend.
Exactly.
He has not defended since 2013. We all know. As soon as LeBron, see, this is what I'm saying, man. I'm coming at LeBron's head because they got to come at everybody else. They, instead of matching what these guys did, they have to come out and they have to attack Kobe's legacy. They have to get Jeff Teague to come on his little podcast. On his podcast, again, his podcast is bigger than mine, so I should say little, but and say things like Kobe wasn't guarding like that. Bro, you came in the league 2009. Kobe tore his Achilles. So you got 3 or 4 years to witness Kobe. Cool.
Yeah, what gets me is these guys would never say this while Kobe was still alive. Jeff Teague would never utter those words out his mouth if Kobe was still here. That's all I got to say. If you wouldn't say it when he's here, don't say it now.
Yeah, random clips. 2014 was the last year he made an All-NBA defensive team. Cool, yeah, they was giving, and then they stopped giving them depoy votes. Again, if anybody was coasting off reputation for them depoy votes, it would be LeBron James. But with my eyes, I seen LeBron James really stop making efforts on defense. Let's just keep it a stat. You can say that probably extended his career, not giving the maximum effort on both sides of the ball. 2018, 28. I said he stopped playing in 2013. You're right. So you proving my point, random clips. He in 2014, they put him on All-NBA team when he was coasting off reputation. 2013 even in 2013, I said he was overrated because he didn't start playing defense. I remember that. That's one criticism I had about that Heat team. They didn't start ramping up their defense to fourth quarters. They really, Dwayne Wade and them, I've seen a lot of bum teams that would have put big leads on the Heat. Then the Heat would ramp it up. See, that's the issue. Y'all didn't come out and play 48 minutes of defense. And this is the difference. I'm on BS. I know he made it in 2014, proving my point.
LeBron can play some defense now. He wasn't.
When he wanted to. And again, his effort, my opinion, his effort was always, see, it's the one-on-one defense. It's two things. It's one-on-one defense and then there's team defense. LeBron will sit there, and again, a lot of teams do this where they put the effort up in the fourth quarter. But if you're going to be defensive player of the year, there's certain guys that make their living off of defense, like the Tony Allens of the world, like Trevor Ariza and Meta World Peace, guys like that. Some of these guys won defensive player of the year. The guys that won defensive player of the year do play defense. LeBron James has played defense in 10 years. Keep it real. Let's keep it real. So the media, again, it's the same media that puts them on all NBA teams. They won't put them on all NBA defensive team. At some point, LeBron James, if you voted for him for depoy, you're just embarrassing yourself because he's not playing. He's not playing any defense. He damn sure has to play defense with the Lakers. 7 years with the Lakers, he hasn't played defense. Let's keep it real. Ron Artest had offensive responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these, who won depoy in this decade? Kawhi Leonard. Draymond Green has offensive responsibilities. He ain't putting no goddamn clamps on Jokic. Stop it. Jokic treats LeBron like a little boy. Okay, look, y'all want to believe shit like that, y'all can have it. Why did he if he puts clamps on Jokic, why ain't he put the clamps on Rudy Gobert in game 5? Random clips. Answer that. Why did he put the clamps on Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert looking like Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, the Olympics in the play. You know what kills me about the Olympics? He didn't switch off to Jokic for the fourth quarter, right? Again, he didn't switch on to Jokic for the fourth quarter, and then he would get double teamed. Mind you, right? You're not playing Jokic with the Nuggets. You're playing Jokic when you have a all-star team around you, and Jokic is playing with the fourth best player on the Atlantic Hawks, Bogdanovic. Name the other pros on that Serbian team.
Jokic in that game was in foul trouble, so he couldn't really,
exactly.
And LeBron was playing physical; he couldn't be physical back.
Playing physical, and we all know LeBron is on the flop. Jokic needed to stay on the floor. See how they overdo shit, bro? I've seen Jokic in the playoffs treat LeBron like a little boy. That's what it's funny. You can beat Jokic with an all-star team, and he's playing with the fourth best player on the Atlanta Hawks.
Exactly.
But you can't beat Jokic with his team and your team, and you got AD at your side. 8-1. All I do is complain. I know, no. All I do is bring the smoke to those that need to bring the smoke. You know what Jeff Teague saying is full of shit. And the fact that he needs to, why now? Here's the thing. Even if you feel that way, why now? You mean to tell me, why are we talking about Kobe now? Why? Yeah. Explain to me why are we talking about Kobe? Okay, and Jordan was 0-6 versus Bird. Cool. At the beginning of his career when he was an underdog. LeBron was a favorite the first year. Even though that team was 43-39, I believe they were favored against the Nuggets. I knew the Nuggets was going to wipe the floor with them. See what I'm saying? Jordan was playing against the 67-win Celtics and the 61, it was 62, I believe they won the next year. Come on, bro. I don't care. I know you don't. It's a false equivalency. Don't bring up a false equivalency. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody saying that Jordan clamped up Bird. That's the point. False equivalencies are crazy, bro. That's what, but I know you see. It's funny because I already know you a Kappa. I already know you a Kappa because you said you didn't know who FYF is. Next thing you know, the next time I'm on over there, Go James Kingdom. How could you not know who FYF is, but yet you on Go James Kingdom with simulcast on that station? Come on, man. Y'all the king of false equivalencies. I mean, the topic is why are we bringing up? Because again, you didn't answer my question. Why are we bringing up Kobe now? Why in the middle of August? I mean, the middle of July. Why 5 years after his passing? Here comes the next one. Jordan couldn't win a single series without Pippen. So what? Why did he need to? Why did he need to? Because you knew who Go James Kingdom was, but you didn't know who FYF was. And then next thing you know, I saw you on FYF. So you learned who FYF was after that. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, y'all love the false equivalencies. You didn't clamp Joker. He hasn't played defense since 2014, and they're trying to excuse. They're taking shots at Kobe. At this random stage. You know, I mean, again, it really just comes down to Kevin Durant, Steve Nash, and LeBron James. That like you guys are all three Hall of Famers. Y'all played a lot. Y'all got how many MVPs sitting in that room? 7 MVPs. You know, add the finals, you got 6 more finals MVPs. And yet y'all sit there and y'all cannot be. I mean, Nash came into the league with Kobe, bro. Nash came into the league with Kobe. Why do you sit there and just the man has been gone for 5 years. You try to act like you was cool with him. You try to act like he gave you your Laker pass, right? You act like you cried at his funeral. You passed him in the all-time scoring list. He passed the next day. And now y'all need to feel the need to take shots at him. Y'all need to reduce what he accomplishes in the book, bro. You can't take those all-NBA defensive teams away from him. You're not going to. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We got Zesties in the chat. Oh. We got Zesties in the chat. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And that's the thing, man. It's the fact that, like I said, it's just go to the track. If 9.5 is the record, 9.5 is the record. You can tell me how the track now is AstroTurf and it's tougher to run. Bro, the record is 9.5. We're not trying to hear it. The standard is the standard. Y'all bring up Jordan, y'all bring up Kobe because you know they're the standard. LeBron, again, this is the thing, man. The fact that you need to come at Kobe, you need to send Jeff Teague. Again, Kwame Brown confirmed 39 seconds into this video. Now, you want to tell me Kwame Brown is a bum? Well, guess what? He's also a content creator. And he said, I'm not going to sign with no Clutch Sport. I don't care how much money they want to pay to sponsor my little podcast. I'm not signing because I'll say what the fuck I want to say. I say the same thing, man. Saying it is Kareem or LeBron. If you like second place finishes, the standard is LeBron. Kareem, I ain't mad at you. Guess what? They're not coming at Kareem, no, Clips. They're not coming at Kareem. Why is that? Why don't they come at Kareem? Kareem, you know why? Maybe because Kareem only has two finals MVP, which I don't think is a legit argument to knock his greatness. I don't. I really don't. He won 5 MVPs in the 70s. That's great. I mean, there were 2 leagues, so, but, you know, hey, somebody will ask him. Somebody will ask him. I'm sure somebody has. Somebody was, he was about to pull up on a random stream, and somebody had to say, you too big for them. Don't pull up on the stream. They just getting clout off of you. But one thing I respect about Gilbert is you say his name and you big enough, he'll pull up. But, and look, you entitled to that opinion. But again, they don't go at Kareem. They go at because they know that more people say Jordan. Again, this GOAT debate shit is subjective. One thing I say over here, we spend too much time on it. It's not, bro. Like the main thing I wanted to talk about is funny because we were just talking about how OKC built, and as soon as sure,
I'm back for a second, but I'm looking at Jason Jackson. Jordan has no case for being a GOAT, not with winning or stats. Explain that, because from what I see, he has the highest points per game in the regular season and playoffs. That is a big time stat because averages to most matter more than accumulated stats. So I don't know what you're talking about.
See, that's what it is. See. We could, now I know. I already know where he's going. He's gonna say that Russell won more rings, and people score more. People ain't more stats. Mm-hmm.
That's fine, but explain that a little better.
He won 10 scoring titles. So here's another broad sexual argument. He won 10 scoring titles, but seven of the 10 years he took the most shots.
Let me ask you this question, guys. You're being
let me ask,
coaches care about averages a lot more than they care about accumulated stats, especially when you're being scouted, for colleges, things of that nature. They're looking at your average. They're not looking at your accumulated stats.
I put this post up in Go James Kingdom, right? So Jordan, the seven years, they say he took the most missed shots. He missed the most shots in his 10 scoring titles. Okay, so 3 of them he didn't make. Obviously, you're gonna take the most shots if you're gonna score the most points, right?
That's a milestone, Jason Jackson. That's a milestone.
If stats don't matter, why did Jordan he gave himself an award for finally scoring? Did he? I don't remember this because he didn't score 30,000 points to the Wizards. You think he gave a fuck about how many getting 30,000 points? If he did, he wouldn't have retired. I mean, he would have retired when he did. He would have retired twice. Bro, their logic is so damn convoluted. But here's the thing, like I said, so they make fun of Jordan because in his 10 scoring titles, I'm sure most of Will's scoring titles, he took the most shots. As a matter of fact, I'm quite certain in all his scoring titles, he took the most shots, right? LeBron, with the all-time scoring record, has the all-time record for most missed shots, right? He also has the record for most turnovers. Jordan and Kobe combined have missed 3,000. I believe 3,078 free throws combined. You know how many free throws LeBron James has missed? Take a guess. 3,086. LeBron James has missed more free throws than Michael and Scottie combined. Now, if missed shots are an issue, how do we account for LeBron James, who played 22 seasons now? Jordan and Kobe combined played 35 seasons. How did LeBron miss more free throws than both of them combined? If missed shots matter so much. Turnovers, the most all-time leading turnovers by more than 500. Russell Westbrook.
First questions to me.
Mm-hmm. He's 1,000. He's almost 1,100 over the previous record holder, Karl Malone, who was number 3 in scoring. Y'all love to play these games with the stats, man. Oh, it's longevity. It's longevity. He's first again. He missed more free throws than Kobe and Mike combined. Why can't he shoot his free throws? So guess what? The point I'm making is these are the only way you can score points. But LeBron has wasted more scoring opportunities. If he's a better 3-point, if he's a better foul shooter, then he would have missed 15. Well, let's just say he missed 2,000. Then he would have 1,000 more points than he has. But you guys with the shot counting in this era, no one cared about shot counting and efficiency and field goal percent. Look, the general standard was you had to shoot about 45% back in the 80s. If you want to unless you were a guard, even as a guard, even a point guard, you needed to shoot 45% if you wanted to get good minutes on a good team. They didn't tolerate guys. Jeff Teague, talking spicy. Jeff Teague played 10 years in the league. Shout out to him. You know what I'm arguing. Y'all brought up the stats. Jeff Teague, Brandon Jennings played 10 years in the league. Jeff Teague came in the same draft with Jeff Teague in them. Brandon Jennings shot over 40% twice.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you. If that's your
shot over 40% twice. A career 38% shooter. Now, in other eras, that would have been tolerated. Random clips. Always talking shit. You come up with the bullshit. Again, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm coming at cats. Y'all bring up stats. Y'all bring up this. Y'all bring up that. Jordan is a standard. You know how I know Jordan is a standard? Because they won't stop talking about him. Mind the game has to make shots at him. Period. And this LeKlutch army, bro, we see y'all coming. We know that y'all exist. Period.
I'm not saying what I'm saying is
Period. We know that y'all exist. At the end of the day, yo, y'all not gonna get judged. And the reason, the fact that y'all have to try as hard as y'all do to try to denigrate the past, it's just not. You know what kills me? All these shots, all these random shots. When is LeBron? When has Michael Jordan said anything negative about KD? Random clip, please. I'm long-winded. Give me a long-winded answer about when did Jordan ever take a shot at LeBron or Kevin Durant themselves? Because we all saw them sit there and trivialize the death of his father. I'm just saying. Give me the time he ever took a shot at either one of them publicly. Ever. Oh, somebody said, oh, wait, you never know what he say behind closed doors. Okay, if he said it behind closed doors, he said it behind closed doors. I know nobody cares. That's why you're tuning in, coming up with all the zesty bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, the worst part about it is when nobody cares, then why do they got to take a shot? Again, we all notice it was in the news clip. It's in the news clip. We all know it's in the news cycle. And then when we talk about it, why y'all got to talk about it? Blah blah blah. Because come on, man. And I'm going to trust me. I'd rather talk about a lot more than this nonsense. But I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about Bronny versus Cooper Flag. Maybe you know. No, I ain't going to talk about it. I know, and that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Nobody cares. So guess what? Nobody cares that LeBron James Mama got knocked off by Delonte West. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna make fun of it because the shit's funny. You quit on your team because your mom was getting knocked off, boots knocked by Delonte West. Zesty as they come, bro. And guess what? We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna include it in your resume. You quit on a team because your mom was getting smoked. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. This is gonna stay up here. This is gonna stay up here. LeBron fans wear high heels. No, they don't. They don't bash modern players. They don't. They or 90s and 80s fans. I'm an 80s and 90s fans. I bash 90s players. I bash 80s players. I bash 2000 players. But I also give the ones that deserve props their props. We bash everybody that deserves to be bashed. Now, I respect anybody that made it to the league. You know, I respect anybody that made it to the league because it's not that easy. Even if you're 7'2", it ain't that easy. You still got to be one of the greatest. You got to still be a good athlete to make it to the NBA. You got to, NCAA must take the most missed shots, but we only want to count missed shots when it comes to Jordan and his what's the name, bro. LeBron fans is as zesty as they come, and then this is what kills me. Y'all won't stand out in the open and take y'all medicine. Y'all want the LeKlutch mafia, the bronze sexual nation. Y'all will sit there and try to take your shots. Then when anybody calls out your bullshit and argues the same logic with you, y'all gonna put it back. Y'all gonna throw it back. Y'all gonna whine, call people haters. Why is KD a hater? Why does KD, to talk about his dedication to the game, why does he need to bring up Michael Jordan? Just explain that. Somebody explain that to me. Why? Why does he need to bring up Michael Jordan? And Isaiah bashes Jordan because it's personal to him. Isaiah's mad that Jordan was mad that he, kept he froze out Jordan at the first one. They had their battles. It got personal. The perception that Jordan didn't want Isaiah on the dream team. It was either if he goes, I'm not. I don't know what that was never confirmed. But at the end of the day, guess what? You wasn't even ready to play. Look, that beef was. It's to the point where Isaiah didn't have to backtrack because he was bashing himself and his own teammates trying to stand on that side, man. Bro, end of the day, man, like they just gotta be stopped because they're gonna keep coming with it, and we gonna keep talking about it. We gonna keep making videos about it. You can't keep throwing stones and hiding your hands and acting like you're not doing it. You know, I just, me personally, I found it classless that Nash laughed about him playing baseball because you knew the circumstances. And then, you know, like Nash plays other sports. It's not easy. It's not easy to go play other sports. That was the year he won the scoring title, Helly? Was that the year he won the scoring title? I mean, again, why are we counting missed shots? You miss shots. Hold on, when LeBron win his scoring title? I love facts. Again, it's just a stupid logic that you talk about missed shots as the 2008 he won it. Yeah, LeBron actually. Yeah, let me see. LeBron probably did miss the most shots because he took 20 a game. The year LeBron won his scoring title, he took 21.9 shots, was the second most in his career. He won his one scoring title in 2008. He averaged 30 points a game. But that wasn't the only year he averaged 30 points a game. He averaged 30 points a game 3 times. The last time being 2022. That we all know how that season ended. But bro, missed shots, who cares, bro? The game is played. The game is played. You got, you got to shoot the ball to score. Period. 2008, he missed 800. He missed 866 shots, 848 shots. That's what he missed. So, I mean, look, again, we're counting missed shots. And at the end of the day, LeBron James missed the most shots. Like, if y'all going to apply that logic, then you got to apply it evenly. Then that means if you're going to illegitimize Jordan scoring titles, then guess what? You got to illegitimize LeBron's all-time scoring title, all-time scoring record. And the point is, it's stupid to do that. LeBron has played so long. He's had the ball. He had a high usage rate. So he has the turnovers. It's cool. It's all right. You're going to turn the ball over a lot. It's okay. Y'all in here talking about missed shots, man. No, I'm not spiraling. I'm not spiraling at all. I'm standing. Here's the thing: we stand 10 toes down over here, man. I don't care. Like, we having a discussion. It's interactive. You want to pull up and tell me how I'm spiraling, bro? You already know. The link is in the chat. I dropped the link. What's the name? What's the name? Can drop the link as well. That's what I'm gonna do because I want to know if I'm bugging because at the end of the day, it's too much of this. It's too many shots. Like, again, Jordan don't take shots at y'all. Now, guess what? Jordan will be on NBC. Jordan is too classy to take shots at players. He's too classy to sit there and compare his resume. Because guess what? Kevin Durant's resume could not touch Jordan's resume. Neither can LeBron's. Bro, I don't. Jason Jackson, here's the thing. I could care less about missed shots, man. I could care less about missed shots. Did anybody ever say Tom Brady passed the most? We don't do this. Drop the link because casual okay. Might. He said I'm spiraling, so I want to explain it.
I see people saying this a lot, and that's fine if you feel that way. But does anybody say because somebody got the most assists, he passed a lot? Or he gave too much effort getting rebounds because he got a lot of rebounds.
Yep, that's what he did with Russell Westbrook.
If you're a scorer, the purpose of you being on the court is to score. So why y'all bring up who missed what and how many they missed? Jordan and Kobe were scorers. That's what they're supposed to do. They were supposed to take shots. So I don't understand this.
Yeah, can you drop the link? Okay, what's the name pulled up?
Yeah, I'm
okay. But Angel Reese getting her own rebound. Since when is getting your own rebound a negative? I'm trying to understand that. But because the haters, you give them effort to get rebounds. He's setting in the second year. She's setting rebounding records. She's setting like nobody's ever averaged double digits, 11, 12 rebounds like that. She's averaging 12. Remember, the WNBA game is shorter. It's only a 40-minute game. So if you actually, it was a 48-minute game, and if they were men, she would almost be like getting 15, 18, 19 rebounds. She's robbing with scoring and a little bit passing. You know, and again, you know, hey, what up, Rob?
What's up with it?
Are you on vacation, bro?
I'm in my backyard, player.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I never know where you at, man. What's good, man?
Nah, I wish I was on vacation.
Yeah, man. I'm finna be next month. So
I heard that. I'm
Yeah,
ready for
man.
one myself.
So yeah, I'm just getting at the LeKlutch Army, man. Look, they getting crazy, bro. That Kevin Durant taking shots, and then you got Jeff Teague of all people talking about Kobe wasn't locking up like that. I mean, bro, you weren't even around long enough to know that, man.
These podcast cats going crazy, but I don't know what's wrong with these dudes.
And again,
You got bums talking about superstars. It don't even make sense no more.
thank you. And again, I'm like, I get relative because Jeff Teague was an all-star, you know. But again, you can't like you come telling me
Like one time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like one time all-star coming in a.
That's not an all-star. That's a random accomplishment. That's not continuous.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but think about this. It's a guy who you know is too classy to clap back at you, and it's another guy who ain't even here. Because Kobe would have clapped back. Kobe would have clowned him. Yeah, Kobe was a thinker. Kobe would have got him back on some philosophical shit. Jordan, like y'all niggas ain't Jordan is big enough to where Kevin Durant ain't on his level, and we know this. And Kevin Durant might be mad that he ain't on Jordan's level. And he might be mad that his boy LeBron ain't on his level.
Yeah.
But you know, to come at people with goofy shit like that, man. Talk about I wanted to ask you, because you're the baseball player, right?
Yeah.
Do you think LeBron or Kevin Durant, if LeBron or Kevin Durant went and played rookie ball, Jordan played double-A. If LeBron or Kevin Durant played rookie ball, what would their batting average be?
Ah, shit. You know they couldn't play.
No, would they batting average be like what? 030, 045?
Yeah, they would have been super low. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Jordan, let me look at what Jordan hit for the Birmingham Barons.
Yeah.
Let me look, because they act, Jordan was cheeks. You're right. Relatively, he was cheeks, but for what he did, that was actually representative. It was actually pretty impressive. I believe he hit 245. Let me see. I mean, he might have hit lower than that. I think he hit like a few, and I know he didn't hit double digits home runs. It's a Michael Jordan, right? So he okay, it was low. He hit 202.
Yeah, but even that, considering when he was doing it and the level he was doing it at, that shit was good. This nigga ain't played baseball since he was a kid.
And he hit 202, 3 home runs, 51 RBIs, 30 stolen bases. He struck out 114 times. His on-base percentage was 290. You got guys in the majors not doing that right now, right? Making a lot of money doing it. You know what I'm saying?
The 30 stolen bases and the 3 home runs is crazy. But I mean, he was 6'6", but you know what I'm saying? So the home run ain't as crazy because he's 6'6". So if he connect, it's going to go somewhere. But the 30 stolen bases was crazy. How many 6'6"? Imagine seeing who was 6'6". That fucking pitcher for the Seattle Mariners. Imagine seeing him stealing bases. You know what I'm saying? That's what 6'6" running bases look like.
Yeah. Then you got
that's crazy.
Dave Winfield was 6'6", and Well, yeah, LeBron or Kevin Durant wouldn't hit 030 at rookie ball. So the fact that Jordan hit 202, again, that is doo-doo. But I mean, it still was amazing for what it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna drop off and come right back so I can put my earpiece in. For some reason, it won't connect.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
But yeah, look, at the end of the day, you want to laugh about talking baseball, man. Y'all couldn't. Kevin Durant couldn't be a man playing volleyball right now, man. Come on, bro. You 6'11". I bet you what they showed him standing next to Cameron Brink. I was looking at Cameron Brink Instagram. And he's 2 inches short taller than her. Cameron Brink will probably watch Kevin Durant playing volleyball. Stop it. Stop it. To play another sport, again, man, you know, it is what it is. It happened. They lucky it happened because the dude could have 7 championships. He could have scored 40,000 points easily. LeBron would have probably still passed him, but come on, man. End of the day, Jordan, LeBron, and that's why they make the shots. Again, y'all can say Kareem was the standard. I'm not going to argue with you, but they don't come at Kareem like that. And they got a lot to come at Kareem with. As I say, Kareem was winning at 42, even though he wasn't putting up the stats. He was winning. He was going to the finals. Why can't LeBron go to the finals? Why is LeBron getting knocked out in the first round, running out of gas, not scoring points in the fourth quarter, when Kareem was helping his team to the finals? You know, we do this too much. We do this too much where we have to justify what guys did instead of just appreciating what guys did. You didn't win as many championships as Jordan, LeBron. It's okay. Live with it. Kobe lived with it. You know what I'm saying?
He did to a point. Kobe wanted his 6 though.
Yeah, Kobe wanted his 6, and you know what? Kobe went retired, went back, coached his daughters without tripping about it. LeBron,
Kobe know he blew his 6 though. He know he didn't get 6 because it was his fault in 2004. He knew. He knew it was on.
I mean, you know, listen, and again, at the end of the day, Kobe could say, you know what, God damn it, man, Jordan getting them 6. It's funny, man, because shout out to Uncle Hoops. I was watching his clip, and he was going over the early Jordan years, right? And he did it correctly, unlike FYF, who picks certain games and knew when he. It's funny, he was trying to show me that the Pistons didn't beat up Jordan every play. Like, we know anybody ever thought that the Pistons beat up Jordan on every play is out their fucking mind. Of course they did. But he skipped over the parts where they were hard fouls so he could make his point, right? But Uncup Hoops went, and I was listening to it. I was actually fell asleep earlier. But he was going over all those early series and whatnot, and he was telling the whole story. That's what you got to tell the whole story, man. It's just like, look, Bill Russell, Jordan, the championships, it's funny because they're hypnotizing to believe in the championships are what it is. Kobe made it the standard, and since y'all follow Kobe, y'all remember, as Dwayne Wade said when Kobe won his 5th, what happened? I had to call up LeBron like, Kobe just got 5. We both behind. We got to start winning championships now. So they made it, they made the standard. Yeah, they followed behind Kobe. Stop being followers and be leaders. If you just sat there and gave your honest effort and did the best you could and control what you could have controlled, see Kevin Durant chasing waterfalls, man. Going to Golden State.
I don't even consider Kevin Durant chasing the championships no more. He only try to win.
What'd you say, Doug?
I was saying, let me ask Jason Jackson something real quick. How many players in the NBA from its inception has won 2 3-peats? I'm gonna wait.
Well, Russell did, and all those Celtics. So Sam Jones was on, I believe.
Did they do 2 3-peats or just they won?
Well, the fact that they won 8 in a row, that's already 2 3-peats.
Yeah,
right? So you could. Let me look at Sam Jones.
I
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean they won them all in a row.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Which again it doesn't negate. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. See, we could play that. We could play that game on.
Okay, he said Scottie Pippen. All right,
Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen. Who else? They're the only 2 that won all 6. Yeah, I believe they were only 2 that was on all 6. So those 2, and that's the thing. That's fine. That's fine. But we all know there's a lot more. See, there's a lot more to my GOAT criteria and my GOAT case for Joe. Yeah, Sam Jones was actually on all 8. He was on all 8 in a row. And then he was on, then he won 2 more. So the only one he didn't win with Russell was the first one.
8 is it three-peating twice. I mean, yeah. I guess Bill Russell did it. So that means technically 2 players, Finals MVP caliber. I'm not talking
Hold on.
about
Let me see how many Havlicek was on. Havlicek was on. He was on 6.
8 of them.
So yeah, with Havlicek, he's on 8 overall. He won the first 4-peat. Then they lost in '67. He won 2 more in a row to end Russell's career. Then he won in '74, and then he won again in '76. I believe. Did they make the playoffs in '70? There's a 3-year playoff gap with Hondo. Yeah, so they didn't even make. Hold on, because this is something I forgot about. Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs after Russell, but they got back on top. In about '73, they won 68 games. Yeah.
Just use FYS favorite tool, ChatGPT. Only one NBA player has achieved a 3-peat twice, Michael Jordan, as the Finals MVP. So,
okay, yeah, and you're right. Though. With the Finals MVP, that's another qualifier. We get it, man. We get it. See, again, I can agree with you that the championships aren't the standard. It's the context of the championships. It's the dominance. See, again, I told y'all I don't make my GOAT case on 6-0. 6-0, 6-4, whatever. The fact of the matter is, again, the one person that truly tried to chase Jordan after Jordan was Kobe, and Kobe said the number is 6. I either get 6 or I get 7, or I don't stake a claim. But shouldn't y'all follow behind Kobe trying to catch Kobe? Y'all didn't catch Kobe. Whose fault is that? Live with it. That's my point. Y'all careers coming down to an end. Either win some more championships, live with it, or shut the fuck up. But stop with the trying to reduce people and then all these little convoluted logics that they go to. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking a lot.
Yeah. Man, shit, I'm like this. They ain't caught Magic or Kareem.
Exactly.
Talking about Jordan, they ain't caught Magic, Kareem, or you know what I'm saying? They ain't caught Magic or Kareem.
Yep.
And Magic came out the gate with one, so ain't nobody did that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Duncan got his 5.
Yep. Did Duncan get one his rookie year? He did.
He got one second year.
Second year.
Rookie year, they got knocked out in the second. I believe they got knocked out in the second round of the conference finals. One of the two. So again, it's context to everything, man. It's ring. Look, we talked about ring culture. So I'm saying I wish sometimes these shows can meld it together. But you saw how I don't know if you caught last week's show because we was talking about OKC. And how OKC built up and all that, and then what did them boys do? They just spent $800 million in guaranteed contracts.
They just fucked it all up.
Nah, you know what? Well, they made sure that look, they're gonna have to be careful. It's funny though, because think about it though. With back in the KD era, as you know, they fucked it up by not paying what's his name?
Not paying Harden. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it was a different CBA and it was different penalties to the to break the cap and all that shit. So it was more manageable then. Now I don't see how they can manage this unless they got a real influx of money. I don't see how they can do it.
It's going to be the new revenue sharing policies now.
That's what I'm saying. It's basically a dynasty buster. That's what I call it.
So they're going to try.
Look what the Celtics just did, but they had Celtics had a dynasty team and just broke the whole team up because one person got hurt.
I think again, like I said, when it comes down to the finances of the league, they're gonna start borrowing a lot of money. Yep. They're gonna start borrowing a lot of money against their ex. That's what they all do. That's what Jeannie was doing. She was borrowing money against her, and that's why she sold the team so she could pay, so she could pay that off, and then everybody else can go, all the bus kids can go chill and live, but they'll still be around the Lakers and whatever, however they work this out.
They finally all millionaires now. All billionaires or whatever. They finally all billionaires.
I'm sure the kids got got a few point, something point, 1 point something between them. You know,
Yeah, they all a
know,
billionaire now. All of them are billionaires now because they only sold their portion. They didn't sell the minorities shareholders shit. They
yeah,
sold
that's
theirs.
true. That's true.
So they the
So
only ones that really got paid.
yeah. I mean, look, this is big business here, man. As we know, big business. But yeah, OKC went and they kept that team together. Yeah, it made sense. It made sense. I mean, see, because Jalen Williams got that All NBA. That's why he's able to get that 287. So next year there'll be, Chet will play for like 14, and Jalen will play for 6. Yeah, I know, but they'll play that last year. See, remember the extension. The extension goes beyond. Yeah.
Yes, after they'll start changing to me. Yeah, I'm not paying Chet. I'm sorry, I'm not giving him no max contract. This motherfucker done missed a whole year, missed another half a year, and you give him a max contract? I don't understand this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like look, bro. Yeah, this is the beginning. Look.
They need collusion in the NBA. That's what they need collusion like the NFL. The NFL would have just said, "No, we ain't doing that shit. Nobody's doing this."
Nah, it's a different sport. It's a different world. And now with the
that's what I'm saying. The NBA needs that because they need every owner to say, "Motherfucker, you are not a max player. You have not proven to be a max player. You do not deserve a max contract. You need to prove yourself some more before you get that shit." Instead, some other dumbass owner would have gave him max money, so they gotta pay him. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole shit. You gotta pay him or you lose him for nothing type of shit.
Devin Booker getting $150 million. So
I mean, they keep him here to sell tickets, man. That's a Kobe contract. That's we gonna keep you here to sell tickets. We know we ain't gonna win shit, but we gonna give you 150 for 2 years to sit here and sell tickets.
Well, I tell you, life come at you fast, Phoenix. But that's what happened when you change the. So they're gonna be paid. They're gonna be paying Bill to play for somebody else.
Yeah.
But the best thing they can do is try and rebuild. And again, they're gonna have to rebuild through the draft. They're gonna be where the Nets are. The Nets gotta rebuild through the draft and taking bad contracts when they can. Get under to use that cap. They use their cap space and took a bad contract and buy a first round pick. So, to give up Jalen Johnson. I mean, what's his name? Johnson. It's Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson with Atlanta. Cam Johnson.
So, and my thing, they that Booker contract, they can't even trade his ass.
Yeah,
it's like it'd be one thing if you signed him to something that was reasonable. You could trade him because it's a 2-year deal. But where are you going to trade him where he's making $70-something million a year?
Nah, it's probably a lifetime deal. They're gonna make sure he retire a son. It is what it is.
It was only a 2-year deal. So what is he in year 10? He got 10 years yet?
10 years in, yep. But see, it's a 2-year extension. I think he got 3 years remaining. Hold on, let me look at Booker's contract.
Oh, so he got 5 years. Okay, so he on the book for 5.
They always make sure you can. They always make sure you can be under contract for 5 years. So
okay.
And then what's the name being on this rookie deal? You can. I think because the rookie extension, you could do the 5 years beyond the rookie extension. So he can. Jalen Williams cashed out. Yeah, I mean, again, will he be worth it all them years? I don't know, but if you cash out when you can cash out, this is why I told you what Brunson doing, what he did, that was key because he ain't gonna make $40 million over the life of his contract.
So it was collusion. I feel like that was all collusion. His daddy in there and all that shit.
Booker's gonna make $53 million next year, $57 million a year after that, $61 million. And then the 28 and 29 and 29-30, he gonna make. That's why I say by 2030, you gonna have the first guy making $100 million. I'm telling you, bro. My mouth to God's ears.
Definitely. I mean, you got niggas making 70 now. I mean, shit ain't gonna be hard. Then you just got through watching Cooper. So you know he gonna get it. They talking about he gonna have $1 billion. Easy, like halfway through his career, he gonna make $1 billion. Some crazy shit. I'm like, so, yeah. So I mean, these new rookies, if they come out there and really ball out like that, yeah, they gonna get it. They gonna get it. The money going crazy. I don't know how the owners gonna keep paying this shit, but yeah, it's crazy.
Again, you know who paying it. I told you we paying it. As long as I said this at the beginning of the stream, man. We paying it because all these streaming services gonna go up. I told you the only reason I have YouTube TV is to watch goddamn basketball. When I don't know with the NBA off for the summer, I ain't that interested in WNBA and what's the name to pay that shit. So I'm gonna let that pause that for now. I was paying another $30 to watch the Knicks game on Gotham app. You know,
why don't you get it? Why don't you get a VC box or a super box?
I don't know all that shit, man. I just stream it. I just put everything on my smart TV and just turn it on, man.
I don't pay none of them bills no more.
I'm gonna be in Brazil for a month. Why I need to pay? I'll pay it when it was time to come back, when training camp open.
But you can take your super box with you no matter wherever you go. You can take it wherever you go, plug that shit up, it's gonna work.
True. All right, you gotta hit me up behind the scenes on that, because it's just. But at the end of the day, man, you know the streamers and everybody, we pay for it. Trust me, we gonna pay for it one way or the other. These jersey sales, these man, come on, man, it's crazy. Yeah. Order the game, you gotta spend about a G. You're taking 4 people to the game, you spending at least a G.
Man, I done cut my Raiders budget down to 1 game a year now. That Vegas shit whoop your ass, bro. Because you go to Vegas for like 3 or 4 days. You don't just go for the game and turn around and go home. You in Vegas. You show up on Friday night. You party all Friday night. You party Saturday. You party Sunday morning before the game. You go to the game drunk as hell. Don't remember the game. And you party some more Sunday evening. And most times you don't leave till Monday because you can't function by the time the game is over. So you're probably going home Monday anyway, missed a day of work. I mean, Raider game is like a whole 4 or 5 day vacation now. That shit, you spend $5,000 going to a fucking Raider game. That shit don't make no sense. And the ticket, that's like the least thing you worry about. But they got one of the most expensive tickets in the league. The minimum ticket, like that, minimum average ticket for the Raider game is like $350, almost $400. And that's in the 4th deck at the top of the fucking stadium.
Shout out to T Perfect. He said that Rakim got a 3rd grade take. No, he got a real take. LeBron, you love numbers so much. Here's the problem: if your numbers don't resolve the winning, it don't matter. LeBron's skill set, his skill set, it's not. He does have a bad skill set when it comes to fundamentals. Back T Perfect. What's going on, T Perfect? Travis, what's going on?
What's up, man? Yeah, that was a really casual take.
Okay, so you think that he don't have nothing, like he doesn't have anything to it? Like
no, especially if
I wouldn't say horrible, but I would say he has a lot to be desired. He leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, I guarantee this guy doesn't have any idea what he means by skill set, because I look at his top 10, right? I guarantee you have at least 3 or 4 centers up there who have very basic skill sets. What skill set did Shaq have besides he was huge? He had a decent hook, maybe. He didn't have any kind of a jump shot. He was a poor free throw shooter, but he got the job done. Skill set doesn't matter. It's just about production. Skill set won't apply to anybody on your top 10 list, according to this guy, past the guy that he's talking about. It's a ridiculous take because you don't keep the same energy when people say these kind of things for any other player consistently.
That's fair. That's fair. Here's the thing. There is a lot to be desired. And it's one of the reasons, again, I will say this, it's one of the reasons why LeBron's teams have struggled. I can say this. Those Cleveland teams, they weren't as bad as people make it out to be. Were they great? No. I mean, they had great potential, but there were certain things that LeBron himself lacked to help the team get over the hump. Again, they had great defense. Because I'm honestly, being Mike Brown is my new coach. Mike Brown was the coach for a long time for LeBron, like 5-6 years, right? And those teams played great defense. They won a lot of regular season games for a reason. They upset teams that they were supposed to lose to in a lot of playoff series for a reason as well. Now they didn't play, they didn't play the greatest greatest role of competition until like the 66 win of Celtics, right? In 2008.
Mhm.
And LeBron admittedly played terrible against them, right? The first 4 games of the season. He picked it up the last 3, but so there was a lot of things fundamentally where I can say this. Let me ask you this, Travis. Has LeBron improved on anything significantly in his career? If so, what?
Of course. I mean, for example, he is, no matter what you want to say, he is a better jump shooter right now. His 3-point game has increased over time substantially by the numbers and by volume. I mean, he is maybe not in the beginning of his career. I think he was always a pretty good passer, but it's not only his assist to turnover ratio, but he is a very good passer. He's always been, bar none, the best facilitator on his team from the drop. I mean, he's improved on, obviously he's not the best at everything, but he was always a great scorer. He's always a average rebounder for his position. He was always the best player on his team from the jump. The thing with talking about fundamentals and skill sets is a lot of these players, like if you ask this guy for his top 10 list, he'll talk about players that weren't even the best on their own team when they had the jump. Like Magic Johnson wasn't. Kobe wasn't. LeBron was expected to be the best everything on his team from the jump. Best defender, he was. Best passer, sure. Best scorer. He didn't have anyone to really defer to. Were they a great defensive team, like you said? Yes, absolutely. I think they're underrated defensively. That's how they got to the finals in 2007 on the back of the defense. And, the slowest pace of all time, that helped. And I think that run was overrated. But LeBron was an MVP caliber guy from the very jump. And he was one of the few guys who just came in and expected to carry a franchise. He didn't come into an already established team laden with Hall of Famers like most of the top 10 did that we talk about, right? Or at least some of the majority. And so with LeBron, I mean, you can be critical of things that he does. I mean, is he the best at anything? I don't think so. But to say that you look at skill set, you really can't define that. And you won't keep the same energy. Not you specifically, but that guy. It's just a ridiculous take because when pressed, they won't define it. They might name 1 or 2 players. And like I said, they won't have a criteria. That's the biggest thing.
Here's the thing. All right, that's cool. He improved slightly in the last 2 years. To me, were anomalies on his 3-point shooting. I mean, he always was an average 3-point shooter, especially compared to the league average, right? Free throws. I mean, let me see. I got one season where he shot. His career high for free throws is 78%. That was in his 6th year. He's had multiple seasons. Actually, he had 3 seasons in a row. But this is from the last year. Actually, the first 3 years of the Lakers, he didn't shoot 70% from the free throw line. Actually, the last 5 years, he shot above 75, and this year he shot 78. Which again, actually, he actually shot his career high in free throws, but now he's at his lowest value. Right? He hadn't shot under 5.5 free throws a game in his whole career. Yeah, the passing was always there. We always knew he had the tools, right? The footwork, I can't say he's added a nice little mid-range game. I just didn't see anything significant because I remember Magic Johnson shot 80%, shot 90% almost for a lot of his career. And that's things I'm kind of looking at, right? Obviously the free throw, I mean the field goal percentage. You'll say that LeBron's field goal percentage and its efficiency is what, but it's hard. It's bad when you're not efficient outside of 3 feet, right? And we got shooting numbers on his career. He has never got not one area of the floor outside of the 3-point line where he's go efficiency wise. So that's had he done that, his teams would have been better. That's the legitimate argument that I have about his skill set. His footwork is, yeah, I mean it is debatable, but by the same token, yeah, he doesn't. If you look at the shot chart, his goal, I think it's like 1 zone outside of 3-point line, and then inside the paint. And again, It's been his whole teams have been designed to get him to the paint. Now, again, you say Magic Johnson not being the best player on. Again, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. Not being the best player on a finals team. Would you rather be the best player on? Would you rather be Dominique Wilkins or Magic Johnson that had 3 or 4 teams that you weren't the best player on, but they went to the finals?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're taking the rings every time, but my thing is that it's not to diss Magic. It's just to say that there are examples that we don't really knock these guys for, right? They came into situations where they couldn't claim to be not just for finals, but the entire seasons, right? They couldn't claim to be the best player on their own teams for the first 5, 6, 7, like take Kobe Bryant. Like they weren't the best players on their own teams, and they don't get knocked for it, right? And like LeBron didn't have that luxury. He wasn't playing with the MVP in his rookie year. He wasn't playing with a DPOY. He wasn't playing with, these guys, Hall of Fame. He was taking a middling. If you want to give him credit, sure, they were rated defensively. I think it was underrated, but he was playing with middling scorers. No one was making offensive teams. No one was making all-star teams. Really, he was. If you want to say carrying, he was. But he was always. Yeah, did he have a great jumper? No, but he's improved that. And like I said, it's all about just the production. I mean, it isn't really how you get it. Like you can talk about different players. They all have their sweet spots, right? It goes without saying. Magic did. Larry Bird was consistent all over. Shaq did. All these guys are hot and cold from different areas, but LeBron has always been, I think, majority of his shots up close to the rim. He's efficient. He has a decent jumper. He's good from 3 now. I thought he shot way above league average like 2 of the last 3 years. He led the league in assists in 2020. Like he's extremely versatile. Arguably the most versatile player, especially if you're talking since Larry Bird. I mean, and that's why it's woven into his greatness. I'm not saying that he's the best at everything, never has been, but I mean, it's just like I said. That I had an issue with that take that guy said, just because if you press him on it, like I said, it's not going to be consistent with whatever list he gives you.
I did my best to try to kind of explain what he was saying because it's sort of things I feel, right? Again, it's very simple to say he didn't have the all NBA players. Again, very few players, if you get drafted to a bad team, are going to have that, right? You got drafted to a bad team for a reason. They had Carlos Boozer, who would have been a nice player if he stayed around, right? Obviously, Boozer was one of the key players on the Bulls teams that were good for a while, right? But Cleveland didn't keep him. We all, Larry Hughes. They tried to give him Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes had injury problems. Then they turned Larry Hughes into Wally. So it's like the moves that they made, they just didn't work out for whatever reason. I just think it's overblown. When they say that those were all bums, they weren't bums. They were professional players. Again, no Scottie Pippen developed as we went over, right? And then as Lamont went over, we went some of those early Bulls versus these Pistons games. Well, Scottie Pippen was invisible in those games as well because the Jordan rules worked on Jordan. With Scottie to kind of like take the heat off. Once Scottie grew up, once Scottie became a guy that's going to show up together in these series, the Bulls were unstoppable. And I think that's the issue. I think really that's the issue when it comes to what I would say is that LeBron got knocked off the perch a couple of times. And then what did he have to do? He had to go find another perch. Same thing with Kevin Durant. So if those are the main 2 guys that we got at, right? Kevin Durant has to go through a lot with, well, you haven't been successful outside of Golden State. And we all know you couldn't get OKC over the hump for whatever reason. Well, say Gilgeous Alexander got OKC over the hump. And now, well, unlike I believe Presti was running the show back then. Well, they made sure today and yesterday they locked up that core for years to come. They didn't want to go over into the luxury tax paying James Harden. As we know, they didn't get nothing back for Harden either. They got God damn, that trade was horrible. They got Lamb and what's that kid Jones? They didn't. I mean, if you go back and look at that trade, they got nothing significant back for Harden, and Harden goes on to win MVPs and scoring titles. So, again, like I said, the way you got to build teams now is differently. Obviously, the way you build teams back then were differently. When we look at teams, we don't tend to look at the temperature of the league because it wasn't like the East was smoldering with dynasties. They had Detroit, who was good, and then Detroit I mean, obviously, Detroit loses Ben Wallace by 2007, 2006. I mean, he goes to Chicago, gets his money, but he's not even the real Ben. He's not even Ben Wallace good no more. Like, and then wound up, they wound up trading Ben Wallace to the Cavs. When for Larry Hughes and company, and the rest is history. But no, I mean, and again, I get it. And then you get to the point where you got to win it. He goes to Miami to try to form his own dynasty. And, we all know what happened there. So it's, I put it this way. If you want to make the argument against Jordan, there's other ways to go at it, but they go at it the wrong way. Again, using the fact that he went to go play baseball, it's just stupid because guess what? He came back and won 3 more. You went to Brooklyn. You got out the first round once. You went to Phoenix. You got out the first round once. And now Kevin Durant is in a situation where you better get to the conference finals now because Houston gave up a lot for you. And if this doesn't work, I mean, come on, you definitely can't say anything about Kobe or Michael Jordan and LeBron. I mean, come on. But FYF, how you doing, Lamont?
Yo,
what's going on?
Hey, Durant, Durant wasn't talking about all that. He was talking about. He's just talking about after you've seemingly done everything that you can do on an NBA basketball court. You played 12, 13, 14 years. You've been all NBA. You've won MVPs. You've won championships. What he's saying is, it's hard to continuously find the motivation to go through the grind and the process of doing it all over again. When a lot of these guys, you have all the money in the world, you never gonna want for nothing for the rest of your life. And he's basically saying, because in a sense, it could actually be a compliment to Jordan, because he's saying Jordan three-peated. He did everything. He had a season where he won every major award. He was already looked at as the greatest player of all time. And he's saying to make that the commitment to yourself to go right back and do it all over again, because he's not talking about we've seen plenty of guys sign those contracts and then be absolutely garbage because they didn't make that commitment to the weight room, the work, the leadership to come back and do it all over again the right way. But he's saying to re-sign, and to go do all of it, to commit to another year. That means another year away from your kids, your family, from all the other things you want to do. You got to lock in and go be a basketball player. He said it's a commitment. It's a tough commitment for people like him, for people like LeBron, right? For even people like Jordan, because Jordan had done everything he needed to do, right? Jordan could have hung it up in '93. And that you guys had already put him as the GOAT. He didn't need to come back to prove anything more, right? When Jordan said he needed to take that time off, it's because it's hard to say, damn, I'm going to do it all over again. Because once you win a championship, for anybody that's ever won a championship, there's really no, after you celebrate, it's over with. And it's just like, damn, we did all that work. And it's just like, okay, we won. And then now you sitting at home like, okay, damn, we did all that. We did all that work. Now we got to do it all over again. That's a mental grind. And y'all are, I think everybody's running with this, trying to act like he's trying to get at Jordan, when it's just like, if people just actually sat back and just thought about what he said for a second, as opposed to overreacting because they laughed at the baseball connotation. It's just like, why is everything got to be a shot when it's not? Everything ain't negative to Jordan. It was kind of funny the way he worded it, but is it that negative? No, it's just the truth. Jordan said it himself.
But hold on.
And then, before I get out of here, King, right. One more thing.
No problem. I'm moving from bar.
King, when people make comments like that, like the idiot comment about LeBron James not having skills, if you are a true basketball aficionado, no matter how you personally feel about LeBron or the moves he made, or if you think he take accountability, that is one of the dumbest comments you can make about LeBron James. He is one of the most skilled basketball players in NBA history, and it's not close. And the fact that you really read that and you said, I agree and I understand where he's coming from.
Here we go.
That your credibility goes into the garbage can. T Perfect should not have to come up here and barbecue you on what and then for you to say he cannot score outside of 3 feet, and you base that off a chart that wasn't even accurate. That chart has been debunked long ago. If you go to any credible site and you look at LeBron James 3 to 10 feet from the rim for his career, he's shooting 47%, 10 to 16 feet. He peaked at 45%, and he on average he shoots 42%. His highest years have been in field goal percentage outside of 3 feet. His career averages 3 to 10 feet is 45.6%. 10 to 16 feet, 40.6%. 16 feet or beyond, 16 feet and beyond, 16 feet to the 3-point line, he's at 39%. For the 3-point line, he's at 34%. 0 to 3 feet, an amazing 73%. Why do y'all run? Y'all see these fake charts and fake numbers, and y'all run with it as fact as opposed to checking
numbers many times. LeBron James does not shoot 40% on any particular place from the field, but
I really suggest that you really do real research and you don't run with the fake charts that you find online, because a lot of them are fake. A lot of the numbers are bad, and it doesn't encompass LeBron's game. LeBron's game has been a power game because he's 6'8", 260. And he uses that 6'8", 260 to not settle for a whole bunch of silly jumpers like you guys cried about. He goes to the rim and he scores the easy ones. And so what do you want? You want him to chuck up threes?
What do we want?
Y'all want a 6'8", 260 guy to chuck up threes and fadeaway jumpers as opposed to using his size and skill to get to the rim and shoot the easy layup.
What was Carmelo height and weight?
Carmelo is a different player.
Of course,
because Carmelo was a great jump shooter doesn't mean LeBron has to be a great jump shooter. They can be great in their own right.
And I can live with what you see. The thing is, though, I can live
with
what you
are. Let this dude say LeBron was not skilled, and you didn't check it at all. If somebody would have came up here and said Kobe's not skilled, you would have flipped it.
Hold on.
Pressure high and everything.
You read the screen, right? LeBron is a horrible player when it comes to skills and fundamentals. Now,
that's a dumb comment.
But you know what? The same way you just flipped what Kevin Durant said about some people go play baseball and flip it to where he wasn't
Jordan
on that.
Did go play baseball. It's the truth.
No, he
Jordan didn't have nothing left to prove.
Okay,
Jordan's dad died and he was emotionally checked out. He couldn't come back and do it. He couldn't commit to the game. That's a fact.
He wanted to try, because I'll go back to the baseball cards, right? There was that Big Top's baseball card that showed that Jordan went to Comiskey was it whatever the White Sox play, and he was taking batting practices and he was hitting home runs, and everybody was surprised because that's a very hard thing to do.
I'm not saying he didn't go do good at baseball.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that Jordan checked out of basketball because he said there's nothing left to prove.
And again, that's part of it. Again, but. Come on, bro. I told you these guys are media trained. So you know that they're not. Hold on, bro. You know.
What are you talking about?
Wait. What am I talking about? This is what kills me with you LeKlutch guys. And I include you, man. Y'all act like y'all don't know.
Oh, you act like you don't know. Try that one. Just use your brain.
Common sense would tell you if you're going to chuckle at the fact that Michael Jordan.
Who cares? It was funny. Just laugh and move on. It wasn't even that big of a deal.
No, okay. And guess what? So
it wasn't even a shot at Jordan.
It was perceived as a shot. The news cycle took it as a shot.
We talked about it on how many sensitive about anything.
See what I'm saying? But meanwhile, if it came that way to LeBron, if it came to Kevin Durant's the guy on burner accounts. See what I'm saying? Kevin Durant's the guy on burner accounts defending his honor. They just said he was about to pull up to a stream. Didn't
KD just say players in that same sentence? He said players don't take accountability. How was that not slightly aimed at LeBron? If you say LeBron doesn't take accountability, Wasn't he taking shots at LeBron right in his face?
You tell me. You tell me.
So
Did
at the
LeBron
end of
take
the
it that
day,
way?
so
I said it.
hold
I
on.
said it. I
What's good for
stand
the
on
goose
it.
is good for the gander. So if he can take shots at LeBron right at his face, why can't he take shots at Jordan?
I didn't see that part. But if
Oh
he
my
did,
God.
hold on. No, first of all, that's my take that LeBron will take accountability, and I stand on it. No matter how many media trained, right after the
That is
press
not your
conference
take. That is
statements
just
you
the
can
general
read.
LeBron hate take.
Bro, see, this is the thing. You can't throw your stones and hide your hand, because at the end of the day, we all know that. Hold on, we all know that the Jordan took a break thing is held again. Like Jordan quit. You got guys all over
That's
Go
what
Dave
KD was
Kingdom right
saying.
now
Sometimes
talking
people want
about
to
Jordan
break.
quit 3 times.
Okay,
Right?
you're making it about Jordan. Nobody's saying that Jordan stepping away is a bad thing. All KD is saying is once you achieve everything you can on a basketball court, sometimes you're like, damn, why do I want to keep doing this? And sometimes he said you have to write that mental commitment to yourself to say, I'm going to resign and we're going to commit to doing this at a high level for another 4 to 5
I
years.
understand what he was saying. I understand.
That's
what he was
another
trying
4
to
to
say.
5 years away from your family. That's another 4 to 5 years away from everything you want to do. You got to make that. And we've seen Jordan. Jordan said, "Fuck that. I did everything I needed to do. I proved everything I needed to do. I'm gonna go play some baseball."
Right,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
I want you to
Only
understand.
you think it is a negative.
I want you to understand why. I told you this a lot about the league, right? This is a league where when Bill Russell was winning his champions, when he won the 8 championships. This is why I give Bill Russell a lot of credit. When he won 11 championships for Boston, he played in a city that was mad that he was making 36, 50. And I think he got to $100,000. I think at the end of his playing career, I would have to look it up. But guys were mad that he was making that type of money. White guys in blue collar towns like Boston were mad. They didn't like the Celtics because they had too many black guys making money. I just say that, preface that to say this. You're now up there telling us, and this is where you got to get it. The money that these guys are signing, you saw what the 3 OKC guys signed right? And I say this, I'm not pocket watching, but the average American who has to go to work every day and grind for their money, they're not trying to hear that it's so hard to. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a you got to realize.
And you didn't say that when Jordan stepped away.
Okay, when Jordan stepped away, that was his choice. He was still making money.
Jordan? Did you say Jordan? We're not trying to hear that your father died. All of us have
that's a
people that
lot
died.
different. See, bro, that's a lot.
Did y'all say that?
Hold on.
Did you say that for Jordan?
His mother, the real MVP. Hold on, his mother, the real MVP. I'm just saying. See what I'm saying? It's the trivializing. Now we can say, I know Jordan had to. He could have said, "Oh yeah, Jordan was tributing his father, this, that, and the whole nine." No, they laughed like it was a joke. And again, look,
nobody laughed. You're making that up,
bro. They literally laughed at a clip. You admittedly. See, you could say they weren't trying to clown him, and that's one thing. But they did.
You're talking about some people when he said some people go to play baseball. And it's just saying that Jordan.
Of them laughed.
It says Jordan had did everything he needed. He had the league. He had done everything that you can do as a basketball player.
Yeah,
it's hard. Yeah. It is hard when you look at your bank account in the morning. You got $50 million in the bank to say, I'm about to get up and I'm gonna go through this grind all over again. Put your body on the line. You sacrifice time. You away from everything that you want to do in your family. That's all they were talking about.
I get it, but they get paid handsomely to do it.
So Jordan was getting handsomely paid and he walked away.
Okay, you want to talk about handsomely paid back in Jordan's day versus handsomely paid?
Was Jordan not handsomely paid?
Of course he was. But again, what we're talking about? So if he,
you're just now making excuses.
No.
KD ain't quit yet.
Hold on,
LeBron hasn't quit yet.
Hold on, sir. KD was not talking about just himself. He was really trying to talk about players in general, right? Not just himself, right?
No, he was just talking about how hard it is to want to wake up every day and keep doing it all over again. You've literally done everything that you could do on a basketball court. He's done everything.
KD hasn't.
Hold on. Hey, he's won an MVP. He's won a championship. He's led the league in scoring. right? Everything that you dreamed of as a kid doing in the NBA, he's done. It's hard to wake up and keep doing that because you know what? Really, no matter what you do, fans are always going to want more. No, fans are never going to be happy. They're always going to cry and complain, and you have to get up and do it all over again, no matter what the people say. It's hard to do that.
Let me ask you this because they're all competitors, right? Go ahead.
I think that what Lamont's trying to say, and I think I agree with him, is his overarching point is that Magic Johnson is the most overrated player in NBA history.
He's damn sure he get paid like these guys, but they sure they God he invested his money to make money off the court. Here's the thing. Yeah, KD, you can say that, right, KD? But also it does burn the KD a little bit because I'm sure people realize that you got it. A lot of people say, and I'm sure KD knows this, that he's got to win one outside of the Warriors because the Warriors won without him, right?
That is not what I'm talking about.
No. See, you said
it has nothing to do with winning championships. It's the process.
Lamont, you are great. If these players ever run for office, you should write their speeches, bro. Because at the end of the day, you don't keep it real enough to just. Yes, KD feels he has a lot to.
KD was only talking about the process.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now, real quick. KD and LeBron, if they retired today, both of them, they can't play. They can't play anymore. They can both hold their heads high and know that they were some of the greatest players that ever played.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So when you can say that, and you still have to make that mental decision to say, you know what, even though I've done everything I could, I have to to sign this next contract. That means I have to commit to getting up at 5 a.m., doing 3-a-days over the summer, right? Because it's not like they just wake up and go hoop in October when the season starts. That means they have to commit to getting up at 4 and 5 a.m. in the summers, doing 3-a-days, doing workouts, going to training camp, doing all this stuff, preseasons, or doing all the stuff that's the grinding part.
Understand?
Right? It's not easy.
But when it's over, I can completely understand that. But when it's over, it's over.
And when you're pushing 40, it gets harder and harder to do those things. To play basketball 365 days out of the year. That's all he's saying. He said the process. He's not talking about winning championships. He says the process gets harder because when we start to see players fall off towards the end of their career, it's typically because they forget or they start slacking on the process. They stop putting in the work. They stop working out as much. They stop doing the 2-a-days and the 3-a-days. They don't take training camp as serious. They don't take preseason as serious. And this is when they start to slack because when you get older and towards the end of your career, you start to look to do other things, not just basketball. That's all he's saying. Listen to what he said.
Now, everything you just said. Hold on, Lauren. Everything you just said. Didn't I tell you how hard it was? Hold on. Didn't I tell you how hard it was for Jordan to do what he did in Washington?
Bro. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? Jordan stopped that for 3 years and came back and became an all-star in Washington, right?
Did I say that was easy?
I'm just saying. So again, you agree with me, right? That could tell you how hard. No, because a lot of people say Jordan just took a break and then he came back and he was a shell of himself in Washington. For him to be as good as he was, as I know, Lamont, I've seen it. I've seen everybody try to make comebacks.
What are you talking about, man?
I followed everything you said. You can't follow what I say.
I did not say that. When Jordan came back to play for Washington, Jordan had to make a mental commitment to himself saying, if I'm going to come back, I have to do it the right way. That means even though my knees hurt, I have to go get up and do these workouts. I have to go get up and do these team activities. I have to do film study. That's the process. So that's what KD is talking about. When you commit, when you're an older player and you have nothing left to prove, when you go re-sign, you have to commit to doing all of that stuff. And it's hard to do.
Okay,
it's the process he's talking about.
So you would just agree with me that what Jordan did in Washington was very, very hard after 3 years of not doing it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's exactly what he's talking about.
But a lot of people in the fan bases, when you say nobody says
it was easy. That's a lie.
A lot of people say Jordan was a shell of himself, and he had 3 years off.
Just because they say he was a shell of himself does not mean the process isn't hard.
But that's what I'm telling you.
He was a shell of himself. That's true. But he still had to go through the process.
Exactly. And again, he did it on very short notice because, again, he didn't get it.
That doesn't have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
See what I'm saying? It does because, see what I'm saying? I know what it is. You cannot give Jordan any props. You have to excuse everything LeBron
I just
said.
said what Jordan did was extremely difficult.
Okay, so we
to
again,
come
that's
back
what I
and make
mean.
that commitment,
Okay,
and to
great.
play on
So
bad
we
knees, and to play on injuries. He had to go through that whole process all over again, and it was for nothing because he didn't have to prove anything to anybody. That's
You're
what
right.
KD is
He had
talking
nothing
about.
to prove. He played for the love of the game.
KD is
And
talking
so
about
those
when
numbers,
you commit
those
to
reduced
playing.
numbers are held. Oh, Jordan was
It's not
terrible
about
with the
his
Wizards.
numbers. It's not about the output. It's about the process. It's about committing to that process when you have nothing left to prove to anyone.
Yeah, man. So look,
No one says. No one says. No one disrespects Jordan coming back to play.
I can see that. I can see that other angle. But come on, when you do the
But what are you
baseball,
talking about?
Lamont, when you make the baseball reference and then you chuckle, you know, like these guys are media
When he
trained.
made, hold on, okay. As much as you want to cry about them laughing,
Yeah, now I'm crying.
Did Jordan say, I have nothing left to prove?
Yeah, of course he said. Of course he said.
Now, hold on. Now, King Rowe, this is not taken away from Jordan. This is not disrespecting Jordan. But at that point in time, with Jordan's father's death, with all the gambling stuff going on, Jordan was basically saying, I don't want to go through the process of this anymore right now. I'm going to take a break.
I get it.
That's the process that KD is talking about.
Lamont, I understand that part, but again, you trivialize it because he went and played a whole nother sport. That's a whole again, baseball. You're not running like you are in basketball, but you know, baseball has a process of itself. So he didn't stop. A lot of people believe he just was sitting on a couch. No, trying to play level AA baseball is hard in itself. So again, I just want people to understand that when they bring it up because they trivialize it. So a lot of people who don't understand what you and I understand, what you just explained, they will trivialize it and make it a joke. And that's all. That's really all I'm saying. At the end of the day, KD should have realized it.
The casual's here. He's here to interrupt this boring ass argument.
Yeah,
what's up, casual?
What's good, casual?
Yo, what's good, Travis? What's good?
I want to debate casual on something. That would be a great challenge.
Well, you know, we got the league. CW could put that match up. You know, could put that match up.
Let's do it.
Hey, we can do that whenever y'all want to.
Shit, you name the topic. You name the.
I need a good topic though. It has to be good.
Yeah, we'll chop it up.
Hey, King Rowe wants to debate if LeBron James is skilled or not.
Is LeBron James skilled or not? Okay.
Yeah, King Rowe wants to debate that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If that shit is true, if that shit is true,
that's a
the
fact.
next thing that I'm about to say is even more credible.
I don't think he believes that. There's no way to believe
as
that.
NBA fans,
I believe
I can't wait for us to get to the point where we're just as assured of a player's career as they are of their own career. The fact that you've been sitting here for the last few hours arguing about what KD meant about Jordan playing baseball. When KD told you what he meant, you out here trying to give a whole stream about what he was trying to say. When KD told you what he was trying to say, KD ain't no shit about downgrading Michael Jordan. He was talking about the process of telling yourself, "I want to keep going." He said some people may go to play baseball and then come back and get back to killing. Some people may want to play 22 years straight like LeBron.
Okay.
There is no wrong choice in that. As long as you are making that, in his words, mental contract or self-contract with yourself, that you are committed to the grind. So the fact that you've been sitting here for hours arguing some shit that has nothing to do with what Katie said is beyond me.
Okay, beyond you. Now the fact that I'm gonna take control because the fact that both of y'all don't act like these motherfuckers are not smart enough to realize how what they say on these podcasts, how what they say out there in these streets is going to be perceived is beyond me. That's the bottom line. At the end of the day, you can then come and clarify that. Now, hold on. KD is Mr. Cleanup Man galore. Why didn't he come and say, you know what? Yeah, I wasn't trying to take a shot. Let me make sure that I, blah blah blah. See, that's
He
the thing.
explained what he meant, King Bro.
Okay, did he? Show me.
Very clear.
Look, I can get what he was getting at. It was a shot, bro. We're not stupid. It was a shot. We all
Apparently so, because you niggas are being so numbskull that you are trying to make
now I'm a
out
numbskull.
of something that does not exist. Apparently.
Okay. No, we're not doing that. We all know what okay, here's the bottom line. Am I the fucking only one going in on this? They're talking about this all over the goddamn media. See, the problem is, the problem is,
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Really? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. How many streams? You didn't see the streams yesterday, Casual?
Oh, are you talking about Kwame Brown stream? No, Casual. He's talking about Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown. Now, wait. Kwame Brown is the only standard? Kwame's the only standard?
Kwame Brown is the standard for logic.
Homie, it was like 6 on YouTube yesterday. There was 6 on YouTube yesterday. Casual, you gonna call me out? Really?
So
my little stream over here? Stop it, Casual. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Kwame Brown, 39 seconds, and said, LeKlutch approached me. So the whole thing is, you got the rapid fire shots that the LeKlutch army come at. Why is Jeff Teague talking? Let me ask you this, Casual, because I also talked about Jeff Teague and I also talked about Kelvin Washington. Rob Parker said you're on the payroll. Look, I saw the look on Kelvin Washington's face. Yeah, he didn't respond. He accuses own of what I'm accusing of. Rob Parker accuses his own goddamn broadcast partner of this.
Has he provided proof of it?
That's the thing. As I said at the beginning, the mafia lasted for so long because the mafia denied their existence. No, I'm not tap dancing. Hold on, sir. I go straight up. No. What you're not gonna do.
Question, Ro.
See, again, I don't have to.
Because it's a no.
I know. So let me ask you. Why are we talking about Kobe's defense in the middle of July? Why is Jeff Teague talking about Kobe's defense?
I was asking about that.
Because I don't know the context of why he.
Because they need clicks, Badu. Because they need fucking clicks. Don't do this. Don't do this.
I agree, Ro. But that does not culminate. Just because one side did something and another side did something, mean that.
See, what kills me, and I see this. If somebody takes a perceived shot at LeBron, whether it be direct or indirect, you guys will crash out as well. You guys will crash out as well.
Shit to do with it. Don't say
it doesn't. It's not. See, the problem. Yeah.
But I gotta drop out. I got an early morning meeting, so
and I don't want to be in here all night too. But we're gonna because the thing, like, I just want to part on this. Bro, I don't want to talk about this shit. Trust me, I hated it, but guess what? You gonna tell me only Kwame Brown? First of all, I was in AOH's live stream when Dreamers Pro broke the news. And of course, that these guys are reaction channels. You know that Kevin Durant is smart enough to know. He has his own podcast. They're smart enough to know what the news cycle is gonna go. They're smart enough to know it. So again, you can sit there and say, "Oh no," you just said right there, "Nah, this ain't a shot at MJ." Let me make that clear, MJ. Nah, but this is what I'm saying. He didn't do it like that. That's the bottom line. And at the end of the day, yeah, you can say that that's what I meant. But you know what you said, and you know how it's going to be perceived. At the end of the day, bro, it's got to stop. We keep going because there's a million other players that made comebacks. There's a million other players that retired. Not a million, but it was a few other players that retired and came back. And they could have made a better point of saying how hard it is. Again, y'all LeBron fans will act like coming back for the Wizards was easy. I've maintained this. I've said this along. The fact that Jordan could average 20 points after 3 years off was one of the most amazing feats I've ever seen from an athlete. It was one of the most amazing face I've ever seen from an athlete because I understand what it is to get. I don't know personally, but I can have an idea what it takes to be an NBA basketball player. To be an NBA basketball player at a level, I don't care how great you are. Michael Jordan was an amazing athlete, but again, it gets done like this. You know what I'm saying? So look,
hold on, when am I gonna get to?
I'll part with this before I head out because Travis, I know you probably want to talk about something. I'll part with this before I head out. One, as a man, as a black man in America, the only thing you have to stand on is your word.
Okay.
And so an accurate depiction of how much somebody respects you is to take you for your word. If you don't take a man for his word, you don't respect him. So the fact that you sitting here doing a stream where Kevin Durant gave you his word, what he was speaking about, elaborated to the T, so there was no confusion. And yet you niggas is out here doing streams, trying to point and interact about shit that he did not say.
I don't know. We know what he said, and we know that he did. It's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Before I head out, this is my last thing.
I'm the only one that did this. I'm the only one that did it. You can call me weird all you want. I get it. I'll say this. 10 toes down. I don't want to talk about this shit, bro.
And lastly, you niggas need to grow the fuck up. Because if you think that a nigga needs to make it his responsibility for how you interpret his words when he made it his effort to elaborate as much as he could,
After the fact. I know the guy, the man that goes on Twitter to defend himself. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Look, bro, as I said, I want to talk about basketball here, but I was going to talk about this LeKlutch Army because guess what? I saw about 4 or 5 of these random attack of past players. As I said, anytime you guys speak about Jordan, he hasn't shot a basketball in 23 years. Okay, so to sit there and call me weird, okay, look, come on, you came up, you spoke your piece. I'm spiraling. It is what it is. I know what I saw. I know I saw those 3 laugh. I saw it in context twice, the full version and the edited version. Bro, you know what you're doing when you say this. Kevin Durant, of all people, knows what he's doing when he says this, man. It's funny. And it's like, okay, cool. You said it. You know you want to get crap slapped from it. You understand that people are going to react the way they did. I can understand if you meant it a different way, but stand on it. Okay, you know what? You're right. I should have. With us laughing about a player because we know why he went to play baseball, and we know it wasn't that easy. End of the day, it is what it is. You're bringing up Jordan. You're laughing. Blah blah blah. At some point, just play your career out and stand on it. When you retire, we can call you the great that you were. I didn't reduce Kevin Durant as a player based on that. I'm the one that's been defending. I defend their decision to do whatever they want. And again, as a black man, they can go do whatever they want. They got the world at their shoulders. They can play baseball, hockey, tiddlywinks, whatever the fuck they want to do. Play your career out. We're gonna talk about you regardless, and stand on it. Stop feeling the need to take shots at the past to make your shit look better. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it.
All right, that's it. Got a challenge for you.
Go ahead.
So, what was our last debate about? It was about Magic Johnson versus who? Was it Kobe? No.
Well, we said we wanted to do Magic versus Shaq. Actually,
it was Magic versus LeBron. Okay, so we're doing Magic versus Shaq next, right?
Yeah, we did the team debate, the 91 versus 81 of 2001 team.
So my thing is, I'm gonna my whole bet is that I bet no matter who you put against me, you can keep doing Magic. I'll take whoever. I will keep sizzling you
on Magic. Okay, we're gonna see this.
Regardless of who there is.
We're gonna see this. We're gonna see this. And
you want to do it Saturday?
Saturday. If Saturday works for you, then that's good because I know you in Hawaii.
Other way.
No, I'm gonna get with CWC because he's gonna. You want to do it on also with CW, right? Oh, you want to do it both on both channels?
I don't care. I mean, we can do here at CW is the
Yeah. So we record, like, I did mine live, and but we'll do the one where we record it, because I know you did with Dart, right? And y'all recorded it and y'all played it later or something like that.
Oh yeah, the last one I think was live. Well, yeah, we could do that. We could do it here. We could do it on Saturday, whatever. I mean, we can do it.
You gotta let me know who you're picking right now, right? So is the Magic versus Shaq? Because that's what we agreed last time verbally.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Shaq's easy.
All right, so Magic versus Shaq. This is easy work.
Hold on, Ro. Lamont just said, T-Bird, please debate Ro on FYF Sports if LeBron is skilled for $500.
I'm not having that. See, here's the thing. See, what Lamont loves to do, right? And again, I was really trying to explain what the commenter, Rakim, again, Rakim could have came up here and said what he felt himself. But at the end of the day, because what I asked you is what, and this is an impossible debate to have, right? I asked you, what has LeBron improved on from his rookie year? And, from like his early years. And you said the 3-point shot, and you said something else. I mean, like, he's still an average 3-point shooter and an average free throw shooter. Like, even the last 2 years being anomalies, like he shot 40% last year.
Let's do that. That's great. 500.
Honestly, I'm not interested in that debate. I mean, because first of all, Lamont is doing what he always does, right? The fact that I tried to like agree with somebody else is coming from, I don't think LeBron is unskilled. I think he's less skilled than obviously Michael Jordan. I think he's less skilled than a lot of other all-time greats. But I don't think he's unskilled. I think he does have poor fundamentals in certain areas, but I don't think he's unfundamental. Now, how do you get the accolades he gets being unskilled? I don't think Shaq is unskilled, right? When they say Shaq had amazing footwork for the little bit of the area that he operated in. But no, I'm not doing that. It's not about having that kind of money. I'm not trying to debate some simple like that. That's a dumb debate. I'd rather play a debate than see debates. That's my thing. So I'm scared of debate. You want me to take a debate that I never stood on? I just said LeBron has not. What I said, here's what happens. What I said was LeBron has not improved on much significantly since his rookie year. I said that, and that's cool. I'm good. I'm not going to debate on that. I'm not even going to put my rep on something I don't believe. Like so that I'm not going to say that LeBron is unskilled. I don't believe he's unskilled. And the guy, I was trying to read what he said. He didn't say he was unskilled. He said he has poor fundamentals and lack of whatever else he said. You know what I mean? But nah, we're not going to do that.
How about this, Ro? This is something obviously we're asking Lamont here. Lamont, tell us if you would agree to this. I bet, and this is obviously a little bit unorthodox, right? I bet I can argue that LeBron is a top 10 skilled alpha in NBA history, as opposed to Rowe arguing that Magic Johnson is a top 5 all-time player. Both in our wheelhouse, right? He's arguing for his favorite player, top 5 all-time. Obviously you're required to give your top 10 list beforehand, but as opposed to me arguing that LeBron is a top 5 all-time skilled alpha. What do you think about that, Lamont?
I mean, let's see if that works.
I think that would be fun, right? A little unorthodox.
I agree with a short buzz cop. Lamont, the shit that you agree with when you're the shit that goes through your comments, bro. Like, this is what kills me. But yeah, no, I mean, I was in that one because again, I fucks with Magic Johnson, and your disrespect for Magic Johnson is just ridiculous. Like, you had the fact that you don't think Magic Johnson. Do you have Magic in your top 10?
Of course.
Okay, what do you have him? 8, 9?
He was 8.
8. Okay, but yeah, he's again. I'm gonna smoke you on that, bro. The greatest, honestly, there's 3 great winners in the history of American sports, and Magic is in that 3.
Is he?
And yeah, easily.
Okay.
Easily 3. You know, and Brady and Russell the other 2. Okay, even Jordan isn't a winner at the level of Magic Johnson, Urban Magic Johnson.
Oh, that's ridiculous. What a ridiculous take.
Not. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't he 30 and 52? You realize Magic's worst year was 54 and 28 his second year, where he was hurt most of the year?
Oh, 100%. But I mean, at the same time, there's nothing it's not like Magic was dragging bad teams. He had a great team every year. There's context to that. In a debate, there's always context.
Why does that matter? When did Brady drag? When did Brady or Russell drag bad teams anywhere?
I mean, okay, so they both have way better resumes than Magic Johnson, and no one said Bill Russell's the GOAT.
Really? They got better resumes. Brady has a better resume than Magic Johnson. Okay,
1,000%. I mean, especially from a team perspective.
This is something I can get behind. And again, you said top 10 skill set. Okay.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of LeBron fans that really hate that they hear the word that he's not as skilled as. But yeah, okay.
I was asking Lamont if he wants to do that specific debate.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We can just do the Stack Magic debate.
Yeah, if anything, that's a debate I'm down for, and we can put because it's like you're debating one, like which one is more true, right? Which one can you say that Magic is a top 5 all-time player versus LeBron and his top 10 skills? Because I could say who I think is more skilled than LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Like more overall skilled and whatever. It's kind of crazy because at the end of the day, LeBron does have skills, and obviously his skills got him to where he is. But I do think there were other skilled players. But we'll see. We'll talk more about it, and we'll see when we drop that off. Because again, you take one comment. Again, that's what kills me. Somebody said one negative thing about LeBron, and y'all crashed out and went crazy. But see, then that perceived negative about MJ playing baseball, right? Oh no, he didn't mean it like that. Laughing at the guy playing baseball when we all know the story behind that. Again, I'm gonna say what I say, bro. The problem is they think that it's trivialized. If something happened to one of their parents and they felt the need to let me step away from the game and dedicate this other thing that I'm gonna do to my parents. To the parent that passed away. Again, he was gone for 1 season and a half. He came back. We all know what happened. Again, this affected his all-time numbers. This affected the Bulls' progression and trying to be, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? It happened, and we come back, and I just think again, KD knew what he was doing. To sit there and act like you didn't. Or even if you did it in a moment, you should have said, okay, nah, this is no shot at MJ, blah, blah, blah. But that's what I mean, committing yourself, this, that, and the third. And at the end of the day, you're also saying committing yourself, and I get it. It takes a lot to play NBA basketball. But goddamn it, when it's over, it's over. When it's over, it's over. And trust me, a lot of guys miss that. They miss the grind. These guys play because they love the grind, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. LeBron loves the grind. He loves the limelight. He loves it. He loves accumulating the stats. He loves trying to win. I believe he wants to win. I don't believe he's dedicated to winning, and I do believe he loves the attention. But we can get into all of that. The fact, like I said, I'm killing the fact that multiple random people are just coming with these shots at the pass. Again, you could say that I was off base with KD. Then I wasn't off base with Jeff T. Why is Jeff T talking about Kobe's defense
I'm going to expose Jeff Teague on Sunday. Don't worry.
Say again?
I'm going to expose Jeff Teague on Sunday. But here's another question. If Lamont's still there, Lamont, would you consider hosting that debate where Shaq versus Magic on your channel? I promise I'll smoke it just as hard. You don't have to put any money up. So let's see. I'd love to do it on Lamont's channel.
It is, well, yeah. I mean, I'll make sure I'm prepared for this one. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, I have now that my family is gone for a minute, I can prepare for a debate. So,
I might actually have to try to be 3-0 against you. Come on.
Yo, the fact that you convinced a Spurs fan and Dart that Terry Porter was actually a better point guard than Magic Johnson. You're a good bullshit artist. I got you.
That's how we roll over here, man.
38-year-old Terry Porter, who averaged 3 assists a game, but you're gonna beat my 91 Lakers. I hear you, bro.
Oh, easily.
Listen, man. As I said, man, casual came up. He heard the part that he heard. He had to see, he had to go off passionately. I like Casual passion. I really do. I give Casual a lot. It's funny because Casual saying that me and Kwame Brown, they were about 6 or 7 streams, bro. There's a couple of people who I just newly subscribed to. I would say at least 15 people were talking about the KD situation yesterday. Streamers Pro broke it. I mean, the reactions. Come on, don't. That wasn't a big of a deal. Yeah, I know, but no, Casual to sit there and call me. He said it was weird and lame and all this, bro. I'm 10 toes down. I stand on what I stand on. The big thing that I want to break is how we were just talking about OKC and how they built and what they needed to do. And OKC sat there and spent $800 million to keep that, and again, they're going to pay down the line. But, the 0-1 Spurs was so bad. That was probably, they weren't bad, but the 0-1 Spurs would have got washed by 80% of the playoff teams in the 90s. 80%. Let me tell you something. I'll say it on this. The AC Washington Bullets, I think they were still the Bullets. No, that was the first year of them being the Wizards. The AC Washington Wizards would have watched the 0-1 Spurs of 97. So the 97 AC Washington Wizards would have watched the 0-1 Spurs. Come on, bro. You had Antonio Daniels. What were they doing with Calvin Chaney and Rod Strickland? What were they doing with Weber and Howard up front? Please.
What? You're talking Weber and Howard versus Duncan and Robinson? Easy wash.
Okay, and now look at what I got in my backcourt. This is what I can't understand.
I don't care. I can defend your backcourt.
With old-ass Porter?
What? He wasn't the only player on that team, dude.
Bro, that backcourt had Antonio Daniels, Terry Porter. Again, remember, Kobe Bryant absolutely just smoked him. And again, that's Kobe Bryant, right?
That's Kobe Bryant.
See, what I couldn't understand is how Dart didn't understand. You brought the fact that your backcourt was going to smoke my backcourt. Your whole entire backcourt combined averaged 9 assists. Magic Johnson himself averaged 12 assists, and you convinced him that backcourt was good enough to.
Also, you're like, it's like I said, it was a combined defense. Like I had defensive dogs. I had Antonio Daniels. I had Sean Elliott. I had Avery Johnson. All these guys who could step up and defend. I had George.
We got to tinker that because
he wasn't washed.
Bro, Sean Elliott averaged 3 points a game in the playoffs, bro. That was the end of Sean Elliott.
It's all
and
about.
Hold on. They wound up starting Danny Ferry, bro. They wound up starting Danny Ferry. The idea that Danny Ferry would have been a matchup for he would have stretched out.
Who's going to Danny Ferry?
Hold on. I put it in ChatGPT right now. I put the whole matchup in ChatGPT, and the first thing that happened is. They said that Phil Jackson was the coach of the 91 Lakers. I think they were. I think because Phil was the coach at 0-1, that they didn't realize that I was at. So then I said, "Hey guys, you know that Mike Dunleavy was the coach." So then they gave it to the Spurs in 7. But then I had to remind them. I had to remind them of a few things. I had to remind them that Porter was 38, and I was like, "You really believe?" See, ChatGPT, you can tinker with it a lot. But
you can definitely switch to get it to say whatever you want.
Well, hold on. They said Sam Perkins hit like 3 3-pointers in one of the games, and they had a 3-point shot.
Sam Perkins is overrated.
Sam Perkins was one of the visual.
Plus, your backcourt couldn't defend like defend their way out of a paper bag.
Defend who? But they wait a minute. Again, as I told Dart,
Derek Anderson would average like 21 points against that backcourt.
No, he would not. Derek Anderson would average. Derek Anderson would have 21 points in college.
Byron Scott.
Byron Scott wasn't washed, sir. You realize that Byron Scott averaged 15 points a game in those every playoff series he ever played against, except for the finals where he was legitimately hurt. But at the end of the day, I'm not. We got to assume everybody's going to be healthy. Byron Scott, and again, we played against.
That might be the worst Lakers team ever.
Nah, was it the worst record? They still won 58 games, bro. Like the fact that the worst Laker team won 58 games is gonna make me kill you in this Magic debate, bro.
Let's do it. I love it.
Some guys don't. T-Mac didn't win 58 games in his whole career, did he?
T-Mac?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Who gives a shit about T-Mac?
But I'm just saying, T-Mac never a talent like T-Mac never won 58 games, while Magic never won less than 58 games.
Well,
and again,
T-Mac wasn't playing with top 5 players.
See, the problem is with the playing with. Again, when Magic left, did they win before Magic got there? Did they win 58 games? No, they didn't.
Do you think Magic sniffs a ring if he's not on the Lakers for his entire career?
I think Magic's won 5 rings wherever he went.
No,
Magic was the master key to winning, bro. You really don't get it, man. You really don't get it.
Well, you have your chance again on
a guy who can pick apart defenses the way Magic can. You don't understand. You really got to watch some more film. I challenge you that because I don't.
You just wildly overrate him in his value.
How was he overrated? How could a guy that can dominate a game taking 5 shots be overrated? That's a special thing, bro. Not too. Look, like Russell Westbrook. He took 6 shots that season when he went 22, 12, and 12. That's why I can appreciate Westbrook. Y'all say he shoots too much. He's a chuck. I see Russell Westbrook dominate a game taking 6 shots. He had 14, 23, and 21. That's it.
The thing is with Magic Johnson is like obviously he's a top 10 player of all time because obviously he can pick apart players. I'm not saying ever that he was not important to those teams, but he has obviously his resume is bar none top 10. But like it's just amazing to me like when you obviously I have full confidence debating Shaq versus Magic because Shaq was far more important to every team he was on than Magic Johnson. There's no question about that. No question about that. And I think it's just going to be another easy day at the office for me when we do that.
Did you stop watching Shaq's career after 2004, or did you keep going?
No, I watched Shaq's almost entire career. I mean, I don't.
You think he was more important to the Heat? Do you think he was more important to the Heat than Magic was to the 90s, like to the 90s Lakers? They got knocked out in the second round.
Well, you're also talking about what is that? 14-year Shaq to 8-year Magic. 9-year Magic.
Oh, see, there you go. That was 11-year Magic.
In 90?
Yeah, 90. That was his next to last year. Remember, he only played 12 years, and then he came back for that one in 96.
He came in the league. So he came in there. So 90 was 11.
It's 11th year.
That's 14th year Shaq, not prime anymore. I mean, yeah, Magic had to leave because of certain circumstances, but Shaq was. I mean, I'm not going to give all my cards away because I'm going to use them to smoke you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. See, I'm really trying to get over you know how to bullshit. You know how to bullshit information and just like
I do. It's great.
Bro, yeah, I mean, because again,
it's not what you know; it's what you can argue with the judges, sir.
I get it. So I'm gonna be prepared because again, I think you guys, a lot of people that judge these debates now, they don't understand just what made Magic. And again, the master key to winning. Yeah, Shaq was really dominant. Magic was dominant without having to. Magic was the Shaq of point guards.
Well, Magic was the best point guard ever. I mean, there's no disputing that. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's a question.
All right, we're gonna shut it down. Yeah, man. Anytime we come up here, anytime, man. Again, you know, look, I didn't want to stand too much on this. I just wanted to say, hey, you guys in the, oh man, you know what? I can't. Should I? FYI's got a whole audience that hates me because we always. Oh my god.
Oh, hey, we got a channel. We'll get 3. We're sure to get 3 impartial judges there.
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
I'm trying to work it out the what day. He says I'll host it. Nice.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll see what we do. We'll see what we do, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get in contact with him, and then I'll let you know, and we can.
All right, next couple of weeks we'll get this together. Definitely. I know if we're gonna do something tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday. Yeah, we just got to figure it out. You know, just to keep in context so we understand exactly what we're going, what we're doing.
Oh, I'll ask him. I'll see if he can do it Saturday or Sunday. I'll let you know, and I'll message you.
All right, no problem. All right, guys.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good night, man. Yeah, it's after midnight. CW, you know, we're going to have to shut down the stream. But really appreciate you guys. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, look, I love to talk sports over here, man. I really want to talk current shit. I don't like to do these reactions. I did the reaction. You know, again, I stand on what I said, man. The Army has to be stopped because these shots at the pass, they're not necessary. Again, you can sit there and tell me, oh, KD meant this. KD has been playing around with this media long enough to know when he says something like that, it comes off like that. You know, it's going to hit the what's the name, man. It's going to hit the algorithm. It's going to hit the news cycle, and you're going to have to clean it up. Be careful, guys. That's what I'm saying. Be careful, because we gonna call you out, and I'm the only stream that did 10 o'clock 1 or 2. Okay, cool. Well, I said what I said. So, anyway, guys, peace out. Y'all have a good one. All right.